Grab a cold one, maybe a beer. Stay along in giveaway prizes. Maybe we'll give away Uncle Bill's cowboy hat. Jim's his sidekick, wouldn't you know? Uncle Extra Medium in the show. Smash that like button and subscribe. Let's all be part of hashtag Uncle Bill's Tribe. Hashtag Uncle Bill's Tribe.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, and all the ships at sea, welcome to Uncle Bill's Hangar Talk here, Sunday night, April 28th. April 28th, almost May, not quite. And we have with us our esteemed guests, our usuals, and a new someone who's becoming a usual, and it's kind of like a guest star, Lon Denard. Hi, Lon. Okay,
hey, what's up?
Great intro. We got Dominic here and Michael's Mr. B Outdoor Misadventures, our lovely and talented Alexis, and of course, as always, Jim Beauchard and his new friend. we'll talk about
Mr. Bungle. No.
We'll talk about.
Hello, Mr. Bungle.
TV for my bungle. Does anybody know who that is? We are searching the internet. We're scouring the internet to find out who this scoundrel. He's got a nice face.
Captain Joe should know who it is.
This scoundrel is.
He was there.
Why would Captain Joe know who he is? What personally?
No, he was there this morning.
Oh.
Before we get started, I have to give a shout out to Don, who's not here as usual. He's going to wait until there's no room on the panel and then piss him on and whine why he can't get on. But anyway, he did suggest Bird Dog peanut butter whiskey. And you know what? He's right. It's my new favorite. It's really good. Just for anybody out there thinking about giving that a try. It's not super sweet. It's very peanutty. It's made with bourbon. It's not expensive. I just couldn't find it. But I was at my dad's.
Little bottles. You bought little bottles.
No, those were bonus bottles. I bought it. They had a gift box, and they had the big bottle of this, and like 2 samplers of salted caramel, which I've been curious about trying the salted caramel. That sounds kind of good to me. And this is honey, which is I've done honey, but I haven't done their honey. I shouldn't be doing their honey. That's not right. If you know what I mean. But anyway,
wink, wink. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Say no more. Chest drawers.
Say no more.
Let's say hi to everybody in the chat. We've got some new folks here. Susan Morajan, proud and single mom. I've seen your videos. How you doing there, Miss Proud and Single Mom? That's a long name, man. You Filipino people have the longest names. And we got Ray Kelly and Akarasho and Paul Brown, Mr. Wedgen of the Big. And everybody else is in here. So, nope. Captain Joe America. How you doing, Captain? Tony Fez is there. That's Quadcopters.
Right.
And Tech, good to see you. And is that everybody? Oh, Pro Cut. John? Pro Cut.
John.
Yeah, I thought so. See, I knew. Don't correct me. Who else we got? Bill. Bill, who is Bill? That's his Bill.
Short.
How do you corner the name Bill? On YouTube. That's amazing. But he did it.
Hi, Paul.
Gary's here. Brant Ariels, good to see you. Of course. I sent you guys links. I like when people shout. I like when people call you out like that. Hey, I sent you the link. Come on if you want. Yeah. And then if you don't, you're like a dick.
Yeah.
He's watching hockey. He laughed.
Jody, Drone Shots, good to see you. And I think that's everybody. So everybody that I've seen so far. So anyway, welcome in, guys. So if anybody know, and Brad's here, Nana's Attic. Hi, Brad. Just in time, I caught you. We got this guy.
as well.
Dun, 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 dun,
Do you have another angle? Do you have another angle?
I don't have the other angle. This smiling, unassuming, admittedly handsome face here
Do you have another
He's been
angle?
over for a reason.
is notable.
Notable.
Please, Jim,
Wait a
tell us
minute.
the story of what happened on Johnny. We're gonna get canceled. I'm showing my guns again. We're gonna
I was
tell us
there.
the story of what happened. Oh, wait a minute! Before we do that, let's invite Michael Wright into the show. Hey!
Right, you got the wrong to be right.
Right, Michael.
Yay! Woo!
I'm an excellent driver.
Are you an excellent driver? Good to see you, Mike. Welcome
Good to be
in.
here. Thank you.
Hi, TJ.
Good night, Tej.
Pop in and say I'm going to bed. Oh, say your prayers. Make sure you wash behind your ears before you go to bed.
Brush
Now,
your teeth.
TJ.
And brush your goddamn tooth.
Hey, watch your mouth. $1 in the tip. Here's the swear jar.
Okay, let's hear the story about
Okay.
our
This, mor-
friend here.
this morning, I actually wake up a little early and I'm able to watch Johnny Drone Flyers Coffee and Drones from the get-go. And I'm watching, I'm sitting there, and 48 minutes into it, somebody popped into his green room, and shame, Johnny, you should know better. Somebody he didn't know, he let on screen. This guy. So that's what he saw. And then a split second later, we saw something terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Lawn
Only
takes
his proctologist should know.
it wasn't a helicopter.
Was he a brown-eyed guy?
He flew a drone right into Uranus.
Avada.
Whoa, wake up.
The first drone to Uranus.
Oh my!
My,
You know what? You know what? I wonder if that's the same guy that did the helicopter. Maybe that's helicopter guy. Around.
Yeah.
Different body parts.
No,
You really think he's that multi-talented, though, Bill?
He looks kind of Asian. How can he have helicopter blades if he's Asian? Just saying, stereotyping.
Oh,
I don't know.
that's Jim.
Would he be a dual
Jim.
threat like
That's what I
that?
do.
Would he be
Oh,
a dual threat?
we have a guest.
Speaking of helicopter blades, hey Donald, how you doing? Good
Hey,
to-
Donald.
Balls up like-
Yay!
Hey,
I can actually get on panel tonight. Wow.
Oh, you know
Wow.
what? Here we go.
Oh, hooray.
your mic
There
is
we go.
Good to see you. I tried it.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
It's awesome. It's actually just as you described.
Yeah.
It's got more of a nutty flavor to it. Like
Oh,
it
boy.
tastes like real nuts.
Yeah.
And it's made with bourbon, not whiskey. They claim it's bourbon, and it's good. It's not nearly as sweet.
And what is it, Bill? I missed out.
Bird dog.
Bird dog peanut butter whiskey. Bird dog is known for lots of different flavors, and I got this party pack, and it gave me gift pack. They gave me two
Chocolate
different.
is not that good.
They gave me two samplers.
Honey and
Salted caramel. Okay.
Yeah, and I've been curious about the salted caramel because I haven't tried because they're not the only ones that do these flavors, you know.
Yeah.
And I haven't tried a salted caramel yet, so that's exciting.
He's
I
nuts.
had the bird dog chocolate and it wasn't as good.
No, I could see taking a little bit of that and adding it to the peanut butter maybe, and have yourself like a Reese's peanut butter cup kind of thing going on.
Maybe.
You know.
Hershey's syrup. Put it in there. Make a milkshake out of it.
Oh.
Speaking of Hershey syrup and Hershey and Highway, so this guy, has anybody seen this guy? Can we identify this guy?
Cousin Josh?
We're scouring the internet. No, we need more pictures of him. We need the other side too,
Could
because
you
then
do a
maybe
Google search by a Google image search just by chance?
Maybe Art will see him when he goes over to the Philippines next week. Or
No.
he does look Filipino. He could very easily be Filipino.
Johnny, keep the whole
What is that picture of?
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe who we got in the chat?
Did you do a Google search?
Suzanne Amorjan is in the Philippines. You know that guy?
Hello, Mark.
Yeah.
You
I-
folks
I
all know
missed-
each other, right?
Who is that guy? What was that picture?
Oh, you missed the story? Oh,
I
please,
missed the
Jim.
story.
Regale us with the story of this guy. Johnny made the mistake of letting a stranger onto his stream this morning. And you know what the funny thing is? I was on this morning. I guess after this,
No, it was before you.
I was there till the end.
Don't let strangers on your streams, guys.
It happened 48 minutes
I was on
start.
yeah, I was on for that. I watched it for about 45 minutes, so I went to bed. And all this aside.
Was this at night?
No, it was way after. It was way before you came on.
Yeah, before.
Right. That's what I said. I guess I was on. I said, I guess I was on after this.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
But nobody brought it. How come nobody brought it up?
There he is.
Maybe we ought to round up the usual suspects and bring
Johnny.
him in for a lineup.
Hey, Johnny.
He cut it out.
Did
Oh,
you
Out.
do a Google image search?
There he is, Johnny. That's your buddy.
He only has eyes for a brown eye for you.
That would be a good buddy.
Yeah. Well, if you were driving truck, that is what that's called. Hey there, good buddy.
Answer. Did you do a image search?
Oh, you do it.
I
That
don't have
face
the
is
image.
probably the face of some influencer or some Filipino singer or something. You know, that I don't think that's. I clearly don't think that's his face.
I doubt it.
You really don't think so, huh? Then why are you asking? if everybody's
Do you
seen it?
use your own face if you're about to expose your? Not that you would. Not that you've ever given this any thought.
I always wear.
But let's give it some thought now. I'm going to show everybody whether or not I have hemorrhoids, and I'm going to show my face first.
I can prove that.
Aren't you asking everybody if they know who the guy is?
Yeah, I was just kidding.
It's showing the picture and it. Oh, why don't you just do an image search? It'll tell you immediately who he is.
Who this guy? Can you do that? I don't. Jim, do an image search. That's your image.
Lon's laptop broken.
I don't have the image.
He doesn't.
I don't
He
have the
doesn't
image.
have the image
I didn't take the time to
to save this picture.
the
And
image and cut it out and
Okay.
you know
Okay.
drool over his butthole.
You're forcing me. You're.
Damn.
Ugh.
You're
Johnny.
forcing me.
Johnny.
Other question. Do we really want to know?
I don't care. Man, he's some weirdo. You could turn him into YouTube, I guess.
Turn him into
That
what?
would do you any good to YouTube. If you know who it is. Yeah.
He's my brown-eyed guy.
But don't it make my brown eyes blue?
Lon, did you stop using Messenger?
No, why? Did you send me a message?
Well, I'm trying to, but it
He
says
just blocks people he doesn't care to hear from.
Let me see. No, if you're sending me that picture, never mind. Well, I don't care who he is. Never mind. I was under the mistaken impression that you guys actually wanted to know who he was.
Now,
I'm a
what
fixer.
No, I was just kidding. I know that's not really his face. I mean, that's
But
if it is, he's a
Paul-
moron.
but Paul says there's a mole on it, and the mole is the key.
Ah.
but
Mole.
is
You
it?
know, he might be a moron though. Now that I think about it, I mean, if you're willing to do that on a live stream, that kind of makes you a moron just by definition, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
I guess, or maybe just a prevert, as they say down south. He's a prevert. I don't know. But as soon as Johnny kicked him off the stream, he was probably, yeah, I did it. You know.
You never know if he's doing that stuff on camera. He might be a provert.
Yeah, he's a professional. You know, I'm not even going to look at this message. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to send me the whole picture. I was going to be like,
No.
okay, that's it.
The whole picture.
oh,
Oh, wait a minute. This is forwarding it. I'm going to
The
forward
whole
it back to
9 yards.
Figuratively and literally. That's pretty funny. Well, let's get all our fun and frivolity out early because I don't think I'm going to be on all that late today because I have to my schedule changed and I got to open tomorrow morning. Just to be aware. But I could always leave because I don't really contribute much anyway. You guys can just continue on and
You can just continue on. Yeah.
There's going.
Search image with Google.
Jim just kicked me off my own channel.
Well, you said you leave it.
Search.
Now, Bill, I will
Well-
say the chocolate bird dog, I did get rid of it all by mixing it with eggnog. It made a pretty good eggnog.
Yeah, well, I watched a review on this, and some drunken bartender girl channel who reviews all kinds of lots of booze and stuff. She had this pegged as her second favorite peanut butter whiskey out of like a dozen different brands that she tested. Although first place was tied with two, so really technically was third. But one was Squirrel, and the other was, what do you think?
Sheepdog?
The number one was
Screwball?
the original.
Yeah, screwball. Too sweet. So,
But
Bill.
she had some drinks at the end where she made I think she called it a peanut butter cup, but they put too much stuff in it. Like this stuff, the peanut butter whiskey, and she put some Baileys in it, and then she put in Godiva's chocolate liqueur,
this is pretty good with some Baileys, but
which would probably be tasty, but you don't need the Baileys,
No. for that bird dog on rocks, perfectly fine for me.
Yeah, it is.
It's very nice, and you don't have to go on and read some reviews or watch some reviews online. Trust me, I told you, and it kind of hurts that you had to go get a second opinion from some drunk.
No, I got the review. I bought it already. I already purchased it, and when I went back to the house, I said, let's see what people say about it. I had a little taste of it at my dad's but I didn't want to drink before I drove all the way back from there.
Right.
But I had a little taste, and I liked it right away.
Yeah.
My dad didn't like it.
Don, what is the new
Not
poster?
for me, huh?
Don's got a new poster. What is it?
That is
Dead.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. Movie? Game?
Mm-hmm.
The movie.
Huh. I
There
started watching Fall. Well, actually, I finished it. Bill was talking about that last week, right?
What was it talking about?
Fallout.
Fallout.
Well, that was Lon is the one that brought that up, and that was awesome. I binge watched that whole thing in 2 days.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh,
I
yeah, you
did
guys
too.
were talking about that last week. I wasn't able to come on and talk about it, but I haven't watched it.
What platform is that on?
Netflix.
On
No,
Prime.
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 It's on Prime.
Is it Paramount on Prime or just Prime?
Prime.
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 Yeah.
And Jeff said he saw something flash up on the TV today that said that there were new episodes available, but I don't know if there is. I didn't check it out. 'Cause
Already?
Yeah. He said he saw something on TV.
Let's see.
I don't think so.
Well, something that might be a
Otherwise,
delayed.
I'm out of here.
Huh?
Nothing. I don't think so. Otherwise, I'm out of here. I'm gonna watch.
No,
There could have been a delayed response to you watching did you watch them all in one day or was it 2 days?
It was like a couple days.
So you probably got a little message from the first binge, saying, "Hey, there's more available."
Has anybody else watched
Still-
it?
Even though, and by the time even though you already watched the rest
So
of it.
season 1, episode 8. That's what's why I'm on my phone.
Yeah,
Is that all that there is?
that's last episode.
Yeah,
That's right. There's no more as of right now.
As
there's a
of
new
right
season
now,
coming up,
They have confirmed that they're doing a second season.
Okay. Yeah. I was,
Okay.
Has anybody watched Baby Reindeer?
no, not since Christmas.
I want my 4 hours back.
Oh, that's a movie.
Baby reindeer.
I didn't like it at all.
4 hours. Did you drive an hour to get there and watch it in an
It's
hour
like
home?
eight episodes of half an hour each.
What is it?
It's
I'm gonna look it up right now and see.
Oh, and another thing you guys were talking about last week, Sling Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Movie.
Amazon would show me the trailer,
Hi, Lee.
but I had to go online and buy this,
Okay.
the double feature.
Ain't no
Oh,
gas in
Monsters
it.
Ball is good too.
And I
Yeah,
haven't
well,
watched
I saw Monsters Ball. That was okay.
I have
Um,
Monsters got
Another
big
one.
balls.
I like pretty much anything with Halle Berry in it,
Why is it so hard to come by?
even her bad movie.
Catwoman.
It's a
Catwoman.
good.
She was, and that got panned. Her Catwoman got panned.
Horrible.
Sometimes I walk around
Yeah,
the
but
cat.
she looked good.
Sometimes I
don't
walk around the
care.
house doing the sling blade voice for the cats. Just come here, kitty, kitty, kitty. I reckon I want to pet you. Mhm.
And my parents done learned me to do what they said, so I put my brother in a cigar box and buried him in the backyard. Mm-hmm.
Should not have done
Didn't have to
that.
do that. I was just a boy.
Not just a little boy.
Do that. So,
Quick, start running. I hear some banjo music.
I reckon one of them fellas
Yes,
is from
oh.
Texas. Two
Give me
fellas
them
are freeing off a
fried
bridge. One of them
potatoes.
said it's deep. The other one said it's cold.
why
I
is
reckon
this
one
so
of them
hard to
fellas
come
is
by
from
though?
Texas.
Why can't we stream? Because it said on Amazon that it couldn't be streamed in my region. It's like, what are you talking?
Ain't got no gas in it.
Licensing issues. It's probably streaming on some other channel.
The
and-
VPN. Get a VPN.
My favorite line out of that entire movie is he comes walking through the house and the Dwight Yoakam character says, "Carl, why are you walking to the house with an axe?" "Don't know, just sort of woke up with it." What the hell?
That kind of sounds like fisheye, if I'm not mistaken.
It does sound a little bit like fisheye.
Yeah.
Have I
but not-
related?
It's a good thing Fisheye doesn't have hands and arms.
Fisheye. Carl's more back deep in the throat, and Fisheye is a little bit higher up in the nose. And he don't know.
Now, when he went on that
Hey.
date with that retarded girl, that was
It's
the
more-
best part of the whole movie.
Hey, kids.
They went for the
Hey,
walk. That
Fisheye.
was hilarious. God. When they set him up with that girl that worked at the store. Oh my God, that was crazy.
Thank you, Paul, for that in-depth review. Fisheye is his stock. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fisheye moved out. I haven't seen him forever.
Yeah.
Fisheye, brown eye. I. There's always an eye. Aye. Anyway, that's the big news of in the drone community right now. It's who is this? Have you seen this man?
Jordan fished that out.
Well, I gotta say that I think we need to make a bunch of videos about how bad the drone community has become. That people are. That's so funny, we have to like virtue signal the shit out of it.
We really
run it into the ground.
really need to dwell on this and decide what it means to us as a community.
Yeah. The drone community.
I think it'd be healing. I think it'd be a healing thing if we sat down and discussed it for an hour.
Yeah, I think we should at least discuss it and have a bunch of virtue signaling around it, and
and then sit there with a guitar and sing Kumbaya.
I think that as a community we need to all come together and speak out against,
Showing butthole.
mooning and buttholing, online. It's a sickness that is pervasive of this community, and if we don't talk about it now,
And it really is.
We don't want to let it fester. We don't want to let it fester.
We don't want to let it fester. We want to talk about it incessantly.
Talk it out now.
People popping onto live streams and showing off their chocolate starfish it's something that affects us all, whether we fly GPS or the FPV. It's all of us are affected by this.
Exactly.
People hop on and they show their rusty sheriff's badge, and it's embarrassing for all of us. I mean, why would we allow somebody to pop in here and show their balloon knot to everybody?
Well,
It's probably just celebrating.
I'm a little disturbed that he has that many different anachronisms for anus.
Right.
Yeah.
An anachronism is something that's out of place in time, Bill.
Well, thank you for. You're right.
I can't believe
And all of them were out of place and time.
Basically using
Euphemism, whatever. Thank you
Yeah,
for
you
straightening
said
me out, you
euphemism.
people.
I can't believe that guy didn't show up at Sticks to play cornhole.
Oh my!
I mean, he could play cornhole if he wanted to. I mean, yeah, we have to, when we're discussing this, we have to be a little more sensitive and use an innuendo.
Well, I just want to
Innuendo.
say that I was most disturbed by the way that everyone brushed it off so easily after it happened.
It
And
left
didn't
the
want to
last
discuss it immediately.
Yeah.
They just brushed it off.
Just delete it from the stream like it never happened. You know, it's disturbing. And I want to go back to Don's innuendo.
Innuendo.
Innuendo, the Italian enema.
Yeah.
Innuendo.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit!
No, that didn't happen.
That would have been banned for sure.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen. No squirrel.
Johnny took it out.
I feel partly to blame for my eclipse picture that I sent earlier this month. I think maybe that may have opened the door to allow people to think that it's okay to display improper material like that.
Private.
Well, especially the back door, you know. But Michael Blade, are you Sling Blade's cousin?
Michael W. Sling Blade.
Yeah, this my cousin Michael.
I reckon I fly drone. Some people calls it a whirlybird, but I calls it a drone.
It ain't got no charge in it.
What's with all this nasty drone talk going on in the chats? What is that?
Yeah. I know, right? Ain't got no props on her.
Speaking of little whoops, that was a whoopsie.
Yeah, why isn't Lloyd in?
Hey, Lloyd.
Maybe. Hey, I got an idea. Maybe we can lure him in here. You know, I'll just put. Why is Superman pissing on you, Mike? What's going on there? Who is that? Looks like. No, wrong mic.
The other mic.
Is he peeing on you?
That's
No,
last.
I don't know.
Oh.
Looks like he's servicing that guy.
Or is that the little?
Hey there, hey.
Let's fall out.
Speaking of peanut butter.
Speaking
Or,
of penis.
let's see.
I don't. Bill, you're making me want to go to the store and get some peanut butter whiskey now. I haven't had it. I haven't had it for
I'm
months.
enjoying it. And when this drink is gone, I'm going to try the salted. Have you done the salted caramel?
I have not tried the salted caramel.
You what?
I have not tried it.
Well, I'll let you know.
I've had the peanut butter and I've had the chocolate.
Okay.
Sounds like code.
There you go. How about that?
For your weekend in Bangkok or something.
Lady boys.
Have you had the salted caramel? Well, no, I haven't. I had the peanut butter though. Oh.
Any more euphemisms we have to throw out there now before we can move on from this?
What, you don't want to talk about this the whole time?
No more euphemisms for the
this stinky story.
I've got a useful trivia kind of knowledge quiz kind of thing.
Okay.
How many presidents have been in the U.S.? What are we up to? 40,
Well,
45, 46?
46.
Okay. Do you know who the 10th president is?
Hey, Google, who was
One
it?
before Lincoln.
Yeah, there. A quick one.
One before Lincoln.
Wikipedia. John
Yeah.
Lincoln was
14.
John Tyler.
I thought he was
Tyler.
16th. 16th.
John Tyler, the 10th president of the U.S.
Oh, Tippecanoe and Tyler too.
Yeah.
His grandkids are still alive.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
His grandchildren.
Yeah, of the 10th president of the United States is still alive.
How old are these grandchildren?
No, they'd have to be really old, man.
Yeah, they really would.
Oh, yeah.
They'd have to be, I mean, super old. I mean,
Hey, Google, who is John Tyler, the 10th president of the United States? Grandchildren.
On the website,
Becky and Jonathan.
No way. He was the president from 1816 to 1821.
Tyler is
Yeah, dude.
41.
and resides in the enduring home.
I'm looking right at it. Oh, House of Representatives, 1816,
President
1821.
John Tyler.
Sorry,
His grandson
I'm wrong.
up in
Yeah,
Tyler
he died right after his presidency, didn't he?
90 during the Washington administration.
He was best known for absolutely nothing.
It's like, okay, Jim.
Results on
Jim, here's the thing: you pop on here and to ask a bunch
16.
of Americans and Dominic about American presidents. We don't know that shit.
That's why I said it's useless little trivia. That the 10th president of the United States is grandchildren.
You know, you say the number, and I don't think of it that way. I mean, we used to recite the presidents, or at least the first, right up into Lincoln,
Stephen
anyway.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Who was the seventh prime minister?
Stephen Tyler. What now?
Who was the seventh prime minister of Canada?
William Lyon Mackenzie King.
Ha. The
What?
seventh? Okay, who was the sixth then?
Jim Carrey.
Mackenzie King. He was prime
the
minister,
same guy?
then he wasn't, then he was, and then he wasn't, then he was again.
Well, then he wouldn't be the sixth and the seventh then.
Wow. Not technically.
He'd be the
the
fifth and the
same
seventh.
guy, no. I don't know. I just know the first and the last.
Oh, anyway, 1841. He stopped being. He was born. All right. When was this guy born? Let's do that. Tyler. Let's take him back.
He was president from 41 to 45.
He was born 1790. How could his grandchildren? How could his grandchildren still be alive?
It'd be 150 minimum.
One of his grandchildren was 94 years old.
So there.
She died
still alive
50 years ago.
Somebody cares. Mark White asked how my cataract's doing. Still got it. But I did get my date moved up to, I think it was May 11th. So,
We care. We just knew they weren't fixed yet.
yeah.
Yeah, we already know.
It's getting worse by the day. In fact, it's made me nauseous today, and I almost fell down because it throws off your equilibrium.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. The 10th president's
Harrison
last
Ruffin
surviving
Tyler is
grandson. Yeah,
Harrison
I'm sorry.
Ruffin Tyler. is
91.
He was 91 a couple years ago. 4 years ago.
Is he still alive now?
So theoretically, he could be dead.
He could be. This article says 4 years.
Theoretically, you could be dead.
Let me look.
Theoretically.
We're gonna
Well,
look it
looking
up.
at him, I'm still wondering.
I don't feel dead. So.
Somebody will watch the stream and we'll all be dead.
He is still alive. He's 95 years old.
Somebody had a child really, really late in life.
Yeah, holy crap. I would be looking at the mailman. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, dude. Somebody had to have been like 95 when they had him.
Well, and that could be some lecherous old rich guy, had a
Banging the
child,
maid.
With somebody.
Yeah.
No, it's through his mother. Through his mother, he is the great. Oh, he's great guy. Okay, so it's through the father. So it's these old guys getting with the young girls.
Yeah, that's what I think I just said.
My first wife, when she was born, her father was 72.
Wow.
Jesus.
Well,
Yeah.
Wow.
Old Buck didn't know he had it in him or in her.
Might have been a sperm.
Did he walk her down the aisle? Did he wheel her down the aisle or walk her down the aisle?
He crapped out before I met her.
Crapped out on a regular basis. Let me see. I mean, I guess if he had a child that was in their 70s when they had a child, and that child was in their 70s when they had a child. I mean, I guess.
Well,
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Good genes.
Levi's.
Good mate staff.
What you doing, puppy?
Alexis,
Yes, honey.
Jordan just texted me. I don't know why he didn't put it in the chat, but he hopes you're doing well with your eyes.
I'm not, but thank you. The left one is just driving me nuts. I need to go out and start my airplane. Not fly, of course, but at least get the engine started and get parts. but it's going to be so tempting. When I get in the plane and it's running, it's like, oh, hell, I can do this.
I'm the same way with a woman that's naked. I just,
With a what?
Naked woman.
A naked woman? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
can't-
but you
you
can't
can't
do it any more than she can. So
yeah.
You know, once he gets inside, you know, he thinks I should get this going.
Yeah.
Well,
Lift off.
I love you, Jim.
Are you instrument rated?
What?
What?
I'm asking her if
What?
she's instrument rated.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
Oh. Well,
I'm working on it, though.
you don't have to see shit. You can just have to see this instrument. As long as you can see these dials.
I've flown an instrument. You know, like when Jeff and I were flying back after dinner one time from a town, I think it was, and there's nothing between Victoria and Corpus Christi. And we took off at night. It was totally VFR, but the whole idea with instrument flying is, or with VFR flying actually, you have to be able to really see a horizon. If you can't see a horizon, then you're flying by instruments, right? So, we're flying toward the ocean and there's nothing out there. It's dark, it's night, can't see the horizon. And I told Jeff, I said, can you see any horizon? He goes, no. And I said, so now we're flying by instrument. It's not that hard. I mean, I could fly ILS approaches and everything else, but it's not legal. But I didn't have to do that. I just flew instrument. By the time I got to the airport, I could see the runway, But you fly by instrument when you don't have a horizon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was waiting for Jim to offer you his instrument to, practice.
I don't have a guitar or drums.
Or a flute.
Well, I got a flesh flute.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you think you could fly with your eyes the way they are right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, when I came back from Port Lavaca after the annual, I was wondering, why can't I see because I didn't know what was going on. It's like, why can't I see the numbers on the frequency, for the NavComs? So I actually took a picture of it with my phone. I looked at it on my phone going, okay, those are the right frequencies. And I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, take a picture and open it up so you can see it real big.
Yeah, but
maybe you could hook your Oculus to the dashboard there.
That would be nice. But the reason that I couldn't really see them then more than my eye was the way the sun was hitting the instrumentation panel. It just washed everything out. I flew.
Alexis, do you have to have annuals, physicals as a private pilot?
Well, annual for the airplane every year. And for me, because if you're over 40 years old, then it's every 2 years. You have to have a physical.
Wow.
Okay, because I designed a office building one time for an eye doctor. All he did was airline pilot physicals. And he couldn't understand why we had to have handicapped restroom in his office building. He says, not many cockpits that have, well, they don't call it cockpits anymore, do they? Flight decks.
Flight deck.
You can call it whatever you want.
That have a wheelchair.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, every 2 years it's like third class medical, but you can also fly with basic med. If you've had a third class medical within the last 10 years, you can go for basic med. Then your regular doctor can give the physical rather than it being,
Aeronautical, yeah.
The AMS or whatever they call them, AME, right. Airman Medical Examiner, AME.
It's kind of like driving a truck. You have to have physicals to keep your commercial license up. But it's
See, the whole idea behind basic med is
there's a specific physical they're supposed to do.
Just because, let's say, you have a third class medical, the reason that the basic med even got going was it's kind of stupid because it doesn't. If you're under 40, you can do it every 5 years, every 60 months. If you're over 40, it's every 2 years, right? But the whole idea is we go through our own checklist. We go. I mean, like on your are you safe to fly? Do you feel, because you can get a medical and they say, yeah, you're perfectly healthy. 2 months down the road, you're suffering with the flu. And so you have to, go, well, am I good enough to fly or not? Am I safe? No. Okay, so you ground yourself. Just like right now, I've ground myself. I won't fly with this cataract until it's fixed, and then determining on how that surgery goes. If it's successful, then I can go.
It will be.
You will be. Yeah.
It will.
Oh yeah. I mean,
That's interesting. I wonder how that works. If you're 37, you said if you're 40, you got to take it every other year. But if you're under 40, it's every 5 years. So if you're 38,
No, if you're over 40, it's every 2 years.
3 years. I mean, right. But if you're 38, it's you got to have one done in 3 years, right?
Well, if you take it's 5 years. So, like, say you take the test and it's like a week before your 40th birthday, you're good for 5 years.
Oh.
And after the next birthday,
Well, I was wondering if that was the case. That seems interesting.
yeah, then the next birthday is every 2 years because you'll be over 40.
I'd imagine a lot of people have a physical when they're 39.
Yeah, because you can get a physical done at any time. I mean, just like a biennial flight review. Every time I fly with two of my CFIs, I usually go, let's do another biennial flight because it's good in the logbook for 2 years. So,
Kind of along the same lines as that is I saw a woman with twins that were like 6 months old, and she was in getting passport pictures. And if you got passports for 5 years, when the kid's 5, he's not going to look anything like he did when it was 6 months. So that's kind
of. Hey! Speaking of needing a physical, welcome in, Lloyd. Good to see you.
Hey, Lord.
I thought we were.
Welcome in.
I thought we weren't going to be showing any pictures of assholes on the screen tonight.
Rebuttal?
They let you in.
Rebut?
Well played, Don. Well played.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he plays with assholes.
So the storm didn't hit you too hard down there?
No, the only thing that happened was the dogs were up and down last night because the wind was blowing. We got some wind, quite a bit of rain and lightning and thunder, but I got them all settled down about 5 o'clock this morning. My God, this lightning strike hit just real close to the house because it woke me up. I saw a bright flash and then this boom, and it literally shook our house. So
yeah, maybe we had the storms coming through here all night, and so I kind of cat-napped the entire night. So
yeah, that's what I did too because the dogs were going nuts, and the good thing was my Great Pyrenees didn't try to get in bed with me when that lightning struck, but he did. He jumped up and started barking. Didn't know what he was barking at, but he knew something was bad.
Something was wrong.
Yeah, but other than that, that was it around here.
Yeah, I heard that was a bad one. 15 miles from Ardmore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
a little bit south of you. Yeah.
So the definition of a cat nap versus a normal nap, you have to sleep with a cat?
No.
It's optional.
Now, I did have a cat sleeping on the back of the couch, and I was sleeping on the couch, but it's like a cat, you're kind of asleep, but every once in a while you open an eye. Just around.
Is that what that means?
Yeah,
you're not really sleeping. You're just plotting your next kill.
Right, or waiting for somebody to give you some attention. So you sleep while you're waiting.
Yeah, so I know
who's excited
Lloyd's
about the new
quiet.
drone tomorrow?
Lloyd's going to explain to us how he can't find his microphone.
Okay.
Okay. I can't find my regular mic. I'm on my laptop, so if my sound is bad, it's because I'm talking too quietly, and I apologize to everybody. And I went and looked for it, so I'm going to go out and buy a new one tomorrow to plug into this laptop. So that's my explanation. Can't say anything else.
There's this magical thing called Amazon that you could have had it brought right to your house days ago.
I know, but I keep forgetting. I kept thinking I have a...
He forgot about Amazon existing, Bill.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Which explains how he could lose his microphone.
Yeah, he should run for president.
Well, hey, I am. That's the thing.
He's not joking, folks.
No joke. No joke. I'm serious.
He's not joking. He's not joking.
4 more years. 4 more years.
Yeah.
Pause.
Well, I'm out of flour money.
Who didn't see that? Did you guys not see that?
What's that?
That was pretty funny.
He was reading. Why do you need to read
Oh.
from? They're chanting 4 more years, and you need to read that from a card to begin with. Is kind of what do you get lost in the middle of that statement? 4 more.
Well,
What?
not to
Weird.
get off of the politics, but it's just weird anyway. With the cards, you sit down, and then you greet the guy on your left, and then greet the guy on your right or whatever, and then you stand up, and then you sit down, and you take 3 steps to the left, that kind of thing. I'm like, wow.
Turn yourself around.
No, it's bad enough that those instructions are on there, but the fact
Right.
that they're on there and you still screw it up and you read them out loud, I mean, that's just another level.
Well, I thought he was married, right? The president. He's usually the wife tells you where to sit and where to stand and when to get out and when to get down. And if she's not doing her job, the first lady is just not doing her job, telling him what to do.
Be everywhere at once.
Yeah,
Gotta
well,
give her a
yeah.
break now.
Busy being a doctor. Come on, man.
Busy calling Mexicans breakfast tacos.
Oh, that was bad.
Anywho, who's all excited about the new drone coming out tomorrow? Whee!
What drone?
The
It's,
Mini 4K.
Mini 4K.
Oh yeah, Mini 4K. Yeah.
I haven't heard of it.
It's not that exciting.
Well, wait. Well, isn't it?
What's the difference in the Mini 2K?
I mean, Mini 2 is 4K as well. Is it because it's 60 frames instead of 30 frames per second?
So what's the difference?
Well, kind of, but mainly it's just it's a new bargain, and it's like the Mini 2 SE, but
Yeah.
it's a 4K and a better processor. That's about the size.
Oh.
Because the Mini 2 SE could do 4K.
Right.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
It
Well, it
will.
can't. The Mini
Yes,
2
it
SE
can.
does 2.7.
Mini
No,
SE
that
original.
one was
We'll
2.7.
do 4K.
Mini 1.
Eh,
Yeah, the first Mini
My
was
Mini-
2.7.
My Mini 2 can do 4K 30,
Yes.
and
Got it sitting in front of
the
it.
SE could do that as well.
well, we ain't talking about any of those drones. Hold on.
Wow, we're actually talking about drones tonight. That's
Two
just
point-
really.
Oh, hey, when you're right, you're right. Okay.
4K.
Yeah. But
Well,
I
I
mean,
don't get
is
it.
it
I don't
because
know.
the new one is 4K 60? Can it do 60 perhaps? Is that what the difference
Who
is?
knows?
Is
I know
it?
guys that have it too, and I still don't know. Nobody's excited at all.
Well, that whole Mini 2 series is a 1/2.3 sensor, which is actually the same size sensor that's on the
Yeah.
DJI FPV. So
Right.
does this have a better sensor perhaps for the same price?
And what is the difference exactly?
Mm. We were just talking about it
It's-
today, and I literally don't have any idea. Nobody gives a shit. I'm serious. It's a heart attack. I was just talking to two different people with it today, and both of them were like, they hadn't even opened them yet. They hadn't even unboxed them yet.
Well,
They
I
were
mean,
like,
because you're talking to people who already fly drones. They're not going to be excited by that. But I mean, as far as the drone industry is concerned, I'm sure it's a great drone for $300 if it's your first
Yeah, it'd be
starter
great for $300. Sure.
starter drone. Yeah, getting people involved.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I guess.
Me?
Does it have the 3-axis gimbal?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
alright,
basically the Mini 2 SE
All right.
with a better
Is-
processor, the way
The
I
Mini
understand
4 SE. So yeah, okay.
it. No, because it doesn't have any obstacle avoidance. It's like, the funny thing is, like, they had the Mini 3, and that's 4K, but it's got the 1/1.3. So I'm not sure what the point of this drone is, other than it's going to be cheap. I guess that's the only real great thing about it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it's the same as the Mini 2. The Mini 2 is better
It's a
than
Mini 2.
the 2 SE. The 2 SE came later,
In
but
what
it was
way?
Right.
In what way?
allegedly. All right, okay, relax.
What?
Allegedly, what the hell was it? I think. Oh fuck! God, it's been so long since that came out. Ability to handle wind wasn't there an advantage to the 2 over the 2 SE? The 2 SE was like a cross between the original Mini and the Mini 2. Like they took an original Mini and they put the Mini 2's sensor in it or whatever. It's filming ability. I mean, you were able to do 4K. The original Mini can only do 2.7. The Mini 2 could do 4.330. The Mini 2 SE could also do 4.330, but I believe it was similar to the. It was like a cross between the two of them. Like, you know what I mean? It was like a step below because they were both out at the same time, and the 2 was more expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of like the Mini 3 Pro and the Mini 3.
Because one you could get for $300, and the other was still $450 at the time.
Right.
And the only reason I know any of this is because I happen to own it too. And I remember looking at it and thinking, I don't know, thinking about it. What's the 2SC? Is it OcuSync 2?
I'm looking right now.
Or is it
That
enhanced?
would make a difference.
I think it is.
It's telling me what the difference is right now.
Wasn't that the first version of OcuSync?
See, this says the Mini 2SC can only record 2.7.
Version 2.
This says that the Mini 2SC can only record 2.7. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
So I got conflicting answers here.
Yeah, it's basically the same camera. It just can't process the video like the Mini 2.
No, you're right. Mini 2SC is 2.7. You were right. I'm wrong. But so what? Then what? So what? So this is just a Mini 2 with a new name.
Well, it's got a better processor. It can go 4K.
No. The Mini 2 can do 4K. The SC can't.
Right. Oh yeah. I'm okay with that.
No, what I'm saying is it's like a rebranded Mini 2. Maybe it's got a newer processor, I guess.
Maybe it'll do 60, 4K 60.
I agree. This is that's what I was trying to say to begin with when you guys all jumped on me. I think it's the Mini 2. I think it's the Mini 2 rebranded as the Mini 2 is the Mini 4K. That's my exact position on this drone.
What about the OcuSync? Do you think it's still OcuSync 2, 3, or 4? What do you think
I'm pretty sure that it's OcuSync. Maybe it's OcuSync 3. That'd be
I
kind
bet
of cool.
it'll be 2. I bet it stays as 2.
I bet it'll be 2 as well.
That'd be the Mini 2 SE2 then.
Mini 2.
I'm looking at the Mini 2 right now.
They haven't put out the specs for the Mini 4K then?
Yeah, it's so funny because I know 2 guys with them in boxes right now at their houses. And they haven't even so much as broken them out of the boxes yet. That's the funniest part. They're not excited is the word for it.
If you've got a Mini 4, why would you really be excited about the Mini 4K if it's just a down?
Well, we just said that you wouldn't be because it's a beginner drone.
Right.
It's not for us. It's not for anybody sitting here. It's not for anybody sitting here.
It might be for me.
I forgot which drone this is. What is this one?
That's the Mini. You got it under glass?
Oh my God! Based on the
I had that.
I'm reading this right now. Based on the images below, the Mini 4K is essentially an upgraded Mini 2 SC with an upgraded camera sensor. Specifically, the Mini 4K is said to contain a 1/2.3-inch CMOS sensor that can capture footage up to 4K and 30 frames per second. That is the same as the Mini 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that maybe the motors are less powerful in the SE than the Mini 2.
Yeah, this is the SC.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Mini 2 versus the Mini 2 4K. That is exactly that. Those are the specs. 4K 30 and a 1/2.3 inch sensor. That's what's in a Mini 2. So this is just a rebranding.
But the motors may be less. Maybe the motors of the SE.
Well, maybe they're dropping the SE and they're bringing the Mini 2 back. I mean, is that that's what it looks like, and they're just calling it something else?
Yeah, I think they're just done. They're just done with these stupid numbers, and you know what I mean. They wanted to upgrade the SE, so they just went ahead and they're going to call it the Mini 4K and just be done with it. The Mini 2 this and the Mini 3 that, and whatever.
Yeah,
that's what I think is going on here. That's a good entry level drone for like $300.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, a reliable, usable drone.
And that's all that some people need.
Well, when the Mini 2 was released, I think it was the biggest selling drone they've released.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
It looks like they're just dropping the SC and they're just rebranding the 2. That's really what it looks like.
Yeah.
Tony says
Well,
it's
that's
the
what I was
Mini
trying to
2
say
and
to
Mini
begin with.
4Ks. Yeah.
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 Is it?
Yeah. Yes.
You need to be
sir.
more clear when you talk.
Good one, man.
Enunciate better. What's the matter with you?
Bill, come on, cut him some slack. English isn't his first language.
Oh,
It isn't. That
Be
is true.
nice.
It isn't.
You know, the thing I enjoy about this one is like when you put it on the base, it's magnetic.
It lights up.
It just
Oh.
it's yeah. Well, it just
Yeah.
sucks down. You know, it just sits properly on the charge port.
Yeah, I had that base. Doesn't it light up
Yeah.
too? Doesn't it have like little
Yeah.
lights in
Been
it?
there, done that. Yeah.
When you plug it in, it does light up.
Yeah. It's cool. I kind of wish all the drones came with little cases like that, man.
it's actually pretty really cool, actually.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Not
Just
to
stack
just
them up on your
rotate
shelf
it.
and
It's not to rotate it, you know.
with little sound, little music, little song that comes, ding, 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 little lights on it.
Tiny dancer.
No, you just play the DJI sound, you know, over and over again.
Hold my hand,
Yeah.
tiny dancer. Yeah.
We're cruising around the highway. Yeah, it's absolutely the Mini 2.
I mean, is the Mini 2 still available on their website? I haven't looked.
No, Mini 2's
No.
not for sale anymore.
No, so that's what they did. They're just bringing it back, basically. And if there's an improvement, it's going to be probably so not noticeable. That, especially for $300.
Well, they,
You know,
they probably.
This is a drone that was $449.
Yeah.
Not. I mean, Flymore was $600, but you know, just you could to get into it, you needed it was $449. What, 4 years ago?
But do we know the price at 300? Maybe 350.
Could be.
No.
Could be 360. Could be
It might, maybe they'll
320.
go 03.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll
Could be.
do 03. If they do 03 in it, that'll be pretty good. Because that'll make it possible to be able to use the RC. The RC with a screen in it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, and we all like better penetration.
Mm. Penetration.
Especially your buddy from Johnny's stream this morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
He was
He'd go for that, wouldn't he?
I like
Jason
better
Cornwall.
penetration.
Not that, buddy.
Said this guy.
that the guy who likes to show off his devil's onion ring.
Oh my God.
He came up with another one.
Jesus Christ.
The sinkhole. So.
The gerbil cage. I don't know.
This hamster haven. Hey,
Armageddon.
yeah. So I mean, for an entry level drone, if they put 03 in it, so you can use the RC, you know, the controller with the screen in it, that'll be pretty cool. You know what I mean? That'll be something.
But because it's got, I mean, which control, you're talking about the RC2, right?
Yeah.
But will it be compatible with that?
Mm.
And are they
I mean, they're gonna put a team together,
Good, Mark.
go into this argument again, and write the coding so that it allows it to.
Maybe that'll be one of the packages. Is what I'm saying. Maybe they'll.
I'm waiting for our friend to go around saying now, you know, all our drones should have OcuSync 4 because it's just software.
Right.
Yeah, based on what he was saying today.
I got a question. When the writer's strike was on in Hollywood, does that also mean that the code writers for like DJI were they on strike too?
No,
No,
the answer would be no.
Different union?
They're in China.
What in
Yeah.
DJI?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
DJI. Yeah, DJI.
I don't think they have unions.
Chinese
in
don't
China.
suffer strikes.
I don't think they have unions in China.
Yeah, they don't deal with
Yeah,
strikes.
they're,
very
yeah,
well.
they're
no,
probably
no.
not unionized over there.
Oh, union here, boy. No.
Yeah, I don't think so. Get in here and make those sandals and shut the fuck up. You know?
They tried to start a union in Shenzhen. Where do you think COVID came from? Digan.
Clear
No,
that
man.
union out fast.
Now we got the answer. That's where COVID came from. Union busting. Now we understand.
Union busting. That's funny.
What do you
Yeah, that's
think?
just union busting, I say there, guy.
Are you gonna put on a blindfold there? That's what it looked like you were about to do there.
Oh, I know, right? All right, let's go.
It's his sleeping mask.
Yeah. No, I'm playing with my stupid drone case. It's gonna be gone tomorrow. My hard case is supposed to show up tomorrow, so my messenger bag is gonna be gone.
Your Merce.
My Merce. This is easily the best bag they've ever put out, though. That's for sure. The best
Vada
drone
2
bag
case?
ever put out. Yeah, the Vada 2 case. Absolutely.
Excellent case. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's even extra pockets on the sides I haven't even really explored. You know what I mean? So, oh yeah, I did. I put my wrist, my anti-motion sickness things that I don't need.
We must have
You getting rid of
insulted.
your Vada too?
We must have insulted some people. We went from low 20s to 13 people.
Oh yeah.
Like that, yeah.
People don't want to hear about drones. They want to hear us keep talking about the
Booty
turd
hole.
cutter.
Oh,
Useless shit.
Booty holes.
Look at that face. That's
That might have been the conversation before that.
You
Armageddon.
think so?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Well, you're kind of late too. You know,
And I don't
have you
care.
ever considered going in earlier? Going on earlier?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I'm just asking because it is kind of late. That's all. A lot of people got to get up and go to work in the morning. You know.
Whenever I do, somebody yells at me. Don't you know that I own this time slot? You know, or something along those lines. I mean,
There's
that's
somebody
really,
else on
you
Sunday.
put all the words together, and that's actually, if you squeeze them down, that's what they're saying.
Who's on
Paraphrasing.
Sunday.
time slot would be another good euphemism.
There's
Maybe I should
somebody
do.
else on.
Who's doing Friday night now? Now that Matt's gone.
Justin.
Justin.
Oh, fuck him. Let's do Friday.
Yeah, let's go Friday then.
Friday.
Let's go every night of the week.
No.
But Justin's a gamer. He's not a droner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of both.
No, he doesn't really do
He
any
doesn't
drones.
own a single drone. He doesn't own a single drone. I can be a drone channel if you don't own any drones.
Yeah.
He had drones when I met him. He had a table full of drones at that meetup in Sebastian.
Apparently, he doesn't anymore.
He literally had a table with drones spread out all over it.
Yeah. Just sell him to buy all his gaming equipment.
Mark, it's 4:00 in the morning. Nice.
United States Drone
Yeah.
Society
Oh,
is
it's early.
on Sundays at 8.
Who's that?
Paul Brown. Wedge and
Yeah,
big.
we can be.
Wedge and Big, yeah.
Yeah, because
What-
I'm
Oh, really?
Yeah, co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sin
I'm co-host.
Sundays is also on. Oh, that's Eric
Did I
Moore.
not hear? Wait a second. What? What's this, Mark?
Art's going to do a Jalen style stream on Friday.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did bring that up. Yeah, I was ignoring him. So
Oh, yeah,
he, was,
Justin does still have his Tello.
he was
He
talking
still
about
has it.
a Jalen style
Oh.
one where he's trying to promote other channels and to get their numbers up and this and that.
Why not?
And I like Jalen. And I said, "Oh, you mean like Jalen, who's like got 60-something thousand subscribers? That guy? You're gonna do like he does? Okay, all right.
You do like
Who's the reason you have 2/3 of the subscribers you have now?
who was that did that bump thing on his channel every
Matt.
week? He did
Matt.
that.
Matt.
Northeast.
Yeah. He had like 30 subscribers, and he was gonna give you a bump. That guy.
Matt had,
Oh, Matt.
Matt
But
had,
that
like,
was a joke.
he had like 1,500 subscribers, I think, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
But the Matt bump was a joke, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
1,100, something on it.
He's
all
just,
fine.
and he's just disappeared into the ether at the moment.
Yeah, that's what happens when small
was funny.
channels can't hack it.
It was funny.
hey, Mark just bought a cello. That's kind of cool. We can talk about
Cello.
we can talk about music.
Yeah.
He bought a
Hey,
cello. Nice.
I like limoncello.
Bill, if you want to know who's on Sunday nights, somebody made this really nice.
Yeah, I got that thing around here somewhere.
You know?
Yeah.
Several of them.
Yeah.
Is it
See
still
there?
current though? How long ago was
Yeah,
that?
this just came up. This one was just done for.
Well, who's on
South
Friday night?
Philadelphia.
You got it in your hand.
Yeah, that's the newest one.
You got
Sunday
your
night?
cheater. You got your cheaters handy.
Or what?
Your cheaters.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, I
well,
don't
Lloyd's
need
got
them for up
perfect
close.
eyesight.
Yeah, well, up close I do. Far away I can't see squat. Let's see.
Hold it
United
up to the
States
screen,
Society,
Lloyd.
Paul Brown.
Hold it up to the screen and let me see.
Oh, okay. You bought a tallow, not a cello. Thank you.
Oh,
Oh,
There you
There's
go.
a super sticker, Bill. You can retire now.
Yes.
What?
that's like what,
Hello.
75 cents, huh?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's great.
You can
That's
retire.
awesome.
Thank you so much. Wait,
Yeah.
let's
You can retire to
That's Canadian, so you got to cut it in like 25% of the top for Canadian, then cut another 25% for YouTube to keep.
So that $2 donation he got probably 75 cents.
No, I've thought about doing a second stream. You know,
oh yeah,
yeah.
don't let them cross.
Yeah.
Tuesday night.
So are you gonna?
well,
Is it gonna be something different or like a different type of format or?
For truck talk.
You know, I
Just
didn't
the
used to.
same
I
thing.
didn't used to have a different. We usually just had enough bullshit that carries through.
Or is it going to be just like
between
this? Three,
3-4 times a week. No, we could do something different on that night. We could talk about like something else.
Music.
3D printers.
80s music.
I mean, how do you have something different when we talk about everything?
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we literally talk about everything.
Yep.
I mean, we could talk about the Queen.
Freddie
Oh,
Mercury.
Who's Queen?
I was thinking of Elton John, but you know, we could talk about. We could come up with subject matter. Maybe on Sunday we'll discuss what we're going to talk about on Friday.
Yeah, good idea.
We call it
and
Bill's
Fridays
Circle
you could discuss what you're doing on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
The reason I don't like doing Fridays because I work very early on Saturday, and you know I'm lazy. But it would be on earlier. It wouldn't be on at 10 o'clock. We would have to go on we could go on at a reasonable hour. I mean, there's been several people that did Friday over the years since I've been doing this. You know, the Totos used to do
Oh,
Friday.
yeah.
You know, and then Matt, and I know there's somebody
Matt who?
else.
Philly?
Oh,
No, Philly did
Oz by
Tuesday.
Drone. Oz by Drone did it.
You know who
at 7
used to
o'clock.
do
Like
Friday? Me and Lloyd used to
8
do his
o'clock.
show.
Yeah, great.
Me and Lloyd used to do Dan's show back in the day when he was on Friday nights.
Yep.
Dan, who?
Drone worship.
Who the hell's that?
Me, him, the guy the guy with the motorcycle for an icon. What was his name? Mike, Bob. What
The
hell?
drone police guy?
No,
No.
he had a motorcycle for his icon. I can't think of it. And he sounds like Sam Elliott when he talks.
Oh, he passed
Oh.
away.
Yeah.
Yes, the lights, Mark. The lights drone ranger.
Yeah. Who was
Yeah.
that?
Mike the Drone Ranger.
Yeah,
Mike
Mike the Drone Ranger.
The light,
Yeah.
Mark,
Yeah.
the drone ranger.
Yeah, that's it. He passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
know
didn't
that.
know it either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope he was born again.
'Cause,
He used to be fairly regular on this channel. He used to come in.
he was on my show a lot too. He'd
Yeah.
come into the chat. So, and I noticed he was missing. Somebody put up a memorial video about
Tim
him.
Jackson did.
Yeah, Tim Jackson.
What about
that's the
Ed?
guy.
Remember Ed, that old guy that flew FPV?
Yeah.
Ed. Hey, Mitch?
No, Ed.
Can't think of his.
Oh, Ed.
I love my
Love
drones.
my drone.
Yeah, I love my drones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to him?
I think he's still around. I saw something about he wrote something up on Facebook on one of the groups.
Oh,
One of
okay.
the drone groups. Yeah, I think he's still.
I forgot about him.
Yeah. You
There's
don't
so
see
many
him
people
around.
that I forget that there was a guy and I'm trying to remember his name. It's like I
Yeah.
can't remember his name. It's yeah. People come,
Adrian
people go.
Mateo, is he still around? No, I'm just kidding. I know he's not dead or nothing.
I'll disappear
Not
3
doing
years
dope.
from now. You guys will be like, who was that guy that used to come on here? He had a stupid
The
sock.
balls,
guy with the
mud.
sock puppet,
What was
you
his
know?
name?
Yeah.
Something about balls.
He
Football, yeah.
always had that. He always had a filthy thing to say. He just who was
Yeah,
that guy?
Yeah, you knew everything, right?
balls or something.
Nah, we won't think like that. We'll think about that guy
Yeah,
we liked
yeah,
so
something
much
like
that
yeah.
lost his job and struggled after that. And
The bomb.
that'd be the guy. Yeah.
And then ended up
Nibbling the end of his run.
Turn your ring light back on, Don.
Yeah. No, Don, you will not be forgotten because you actually, when you're on it, and tonight you're not so much, but when you're on, you were one of the funniest guys I've ever met. Actually, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and a fucking know-it-all. Yeah, but aside from Ron,
He had to go.
and
off
he's the
camera
guy
to
that
blush.
does that.
Yeah, well, he had to go off camera to blush.
Oh yeah.
Happy Fun Time Show.
The guy that does that. No, you are. You're
Now
very,
his camera's out of focus.
very funny, very charming guy.
Mm-hmm.
let me turn on my controls here.
It's a little better. Oh, it's coming in.
Not yet.
Not quite. It's a little.
Controls. Where are my controls? Image adjustments. There we go.
Here's better.
That's a little better.
Yeah, it's better.
Good.
It still looks like you.
Change the exposure here a little bit. Let's drop that down.
Yeah, exposure. There you go. Yeah, it's not
Yeah, a
bad.
little bit more.
You could.
Yeah.
I don't know, I
Like
can
one
still
of
see you.
those AI face.
Could you put a
covers,
big
that would
black
really-
square
There you
in the
go.
screen?
There you go. That's
you
good right there. Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to try this caramel.
There.
Yeah, like
Middle.
that. Yeah.
I'm going to try this salted caramel. I need a little
So it
ice.
looks like this.
There you go.
Be pretty good.
Keep making fun of Don until I get back.
All right.
Okay. How long is it gonna be?
Yeah, because
I gotta know how
you gone
much
for a
material
while.
I come up with.
Yeah,
We're gonna call
Yeah,
Don
that's-
Tinker from now on because he's got
Yeah.
speed buggy, so he's gonna be Tinker.
High speed buggy.
Roger Dodger.
So tired, so tired. Rumazine. And the one with the motorcycles too. That was the other one. The Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch. That was the other one, just like that. Yep. Same people did it.
Okay, if we do another show during the week,
Yep.
I get it.
if we do another show, and I'm saying we
And there
because
is Curtis
you MFers have to come with me.
Yeah. We have to
I'm
go
thinking
with you.
the other show will actually be topic driven. This has always been Hangar Talk. This has been we're just hanging out, whatever
Talking
pops in our
Hangar.
head.
And drinking your
This
coffee.
is what we do.
Yeah.
Like Lon described it one time. This is like eavesdropping on a Zoom call, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah. What do you mean you people are coming with? What?
You're all inducted.
Sounds like Ross.
Scripted, I
Hey,
believe. Is
Bill wants to start.
the word.
Bill wants to do another stream, and we all have to go help him.
Yeah.
Conscripted, I believe, is the word.
Friends do.
Hey, you guys, guess what? I decided to go ahead. I'm going to do another stream, so I want to take up another one of your nights.
Shanghai.
And I will be there for you because that's what friends do.
For you.
I gotta get all the peanut butter out of this.
Who wants to do a live
All
open?
jokes aside, did the monkey logo?
What is
Who's
that?
gonna call out for Xbox?
Call out?
Well,
Did the monkey logo rock Don?
Yeah, for your mud ball logo with the monkey on it. He wants to know who did that for you, or did you do it?
Oh no, Tammy Jean did the.
Yeah.
It's not really a monkey; it's a guy.
it's a clown.
It's a clown.
It's a Jim Beauchart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a red nose. That's a clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Red,
did
red
that.
lips.
For that.
It's a
It looks like
monkey
Yeah.
clown.
it actually looks like a killer clown, to be honest with you.
A monkey clown.
But I had to go in and change it a little bit because
Hey, bird dog, get off of my trail. Hey, bird dog, you're on the wrong
trail. Hey, bird dog, get away from my quail. Hey, bird
Your
dog,
mail?
you're on the wrong trail.
Was it quail? Oh, cool.
Yeah. Bird dog, you better leave my little chickadee alone.
Oh, so some dude was after his girlfriend. I
Yeah.
get it now, okay. And he's referring to
We
her
just get
in
stuff.
very derogatory terms
Yeah.
as a bird.
Yeah,
I
huh?
get it now.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
kind of sex. It's very
Wow,
sexist.
sexist.
I'm a little
When did
embarrassed.
that
by
come
this.
out in
man.
the 50s?
Wow.
It's the Everly Brothers. That would have been
Late
late
Everly.
50s.
'50s?
Late 50s,
Racist.
early 60s, I think.
Yeah.
My chickadee.
They didn't have all these.
Okay, here we go.
words like
Salted caramel.
Salted caramel.
Well, they
Okay.
should have. Wow, what's this? Hey, anybody know what this loop is for? On the strap?
No.
No idea.
Is that on your shoulder?
This is
I
awful.
wonder if it's to put something in.
Is it on your shoulder?
No,
Okay.
it's right by the bag. See?
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's when you. No, that wouldn't
Put
do
your
it.
carabiner
Not
keys
good?
on.
Don, you really have to try this.
Yeah, you're right. I never looked at that.
Yeah,
Huh, that's for.
it's kind of. I'm guessing it's kind of how I thought about the chocolate. It'd
Oh,
be good.
God, it's awful.
It might be good mixed in something, but it's not their peanut butter, is it?
No.
What do you think, Lloyd?
I don't know. It's like
He's
Oh,
a dog.
I never even noticed it before. But yeah.
Oh.
And
Bill,
then-
there is a good
got a
salted
good
caramel
handle back
pecan
here,
praline.
too.
We're all
Huh?
going to lose sleep now.
Pecan praline salted caramel is good.
What is
He's
it,
a
Mike?
bird dog.
Nah.
Pecan praline
Nah.
salted caramel.
I keep hearing salted caramel, but that's all I'm hearing, Mike. You're
Pecan praline.
praline. Okay. It sounds like an ice cream. Sounds good.
It's good.
I thought it was, but when he sings to my gal, what a hound. But I haven't heard it in a
Oh,
long
I'm sorry,
time.
Mark. You're wrong.
For a while.
Salt and caramel are good. If you've ever had salted caramels, like chocolate covered salted
Yeah.
caramel,
Oh yeah,
I agree with you.
they rock.
salted caramel is great.
Yeah.
Bill, my guess is that make a good mix with something. If you mix that with a little Bailey's,
You mix it with a gallon of anything, so you can't taste it anymore.
Specific.
Mm.
I think I'm a good mix with
I
something.
guess. No, it doesn't taste like caramel first.
this is
Caramel. Doesn't taste
this
like
is the way I
caramel.
felt about
Caramel.
the chocolate. The chocolate didn't have that flavor to the like the peanut butter does, but it did have the nasal qualities of chocolate.
That's what it is. You know what? If I don't breathe through my nose, it tastes better.
Mm-hmm.
You just said nasal quality, and it if you just it smelled good, but if you're drinking it and breathing out through your nose, ugh, no good. You have to be able to breathe
Everybody
out.
knows some.
You don't want to drown.
I'm gonna have to listen to some Everly Brothers tonight.
Okay.
They have more than one song.
Yes.
Everly
yeah.
Brothers.
Oh yeah,
They had a bunch.
Name the
Yeah.
second one.
Name a second Everly Brothers song.
Yeah.
Kathy's Clown.
yeah.
Wake,
Oh,
wake up.
Okay,
little
name a
Susie.
third one.
Wake up.
Okay,
little
a
Susie.
third one then.
Top of my head, I've been
Little
drinking.
Susie.
Don't be like that. Everly Brothers hits. Here we go.
Wake Up
Guarantee
Little
you've heard
Susie.
of at least 6 or 7 of
Fourth
them.
one.
See, this is the kind of topic I can sink my teeth into, unlike this caramel over here. All I have to do is dream. Dream, 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 dream.
Yeah, huh?
Let it
I've
be me.
I've heard about 4 of these songs so far.
Let it be me. Yeah, that's a good one.
In my arms, I need you to, in all your charms. Huh. Okay.
Bird dog,
My
walk
bad.
right back. Leatherneck jamboree. That's interesting. Kathy's clown. All I have to do is dream. Take a message to Mary. No, you're right. I haven't heard of these songs.
Take a message to Mary, but don't tell her who it's from. Yeah, that's a
Well,
good song.
that seems like a waste of time.
Sound like a friggin' stalker.
Let It Be Me. Is that a cover? Did they do a cover? Or is that their
No.
song?
They covered
That was
it.
theirs.
That's theirs. Let It Be Me is that's a big hit.
Yeah, that was theirs.
Yeah, okay. And it says Till I Kissed Her, but I thought that was a Beatles song. Hold on a second.
No, until I kissed her. I kissed her.
Okay, I know that song.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go. There's another one.
Like an Everly Brothers aficionado over in the house, yo.
Crying in the Rain. Do we know that one?
That sounds familiar.
playing it now.
Okay, I was just
I'm
curious.
I'm drawing a blank on it offhand.
The Everly Brothers in Germany and Italy.
Crying in the Rain. Yeah,
Bebopalula?
She's my baby.
That wasn't the guy that was banging his cousin?
Jerry Lee Lewis? No.
He
Yeah.
wasn't banging her.
Oh.
He married her.
He married her.
Well, I'm assuming he banged her.
Now, who here
she was
has
like-
it?
I do my crying in the
rain. The title,
What's the name
the
of the
album
band?
is a picture of these two guys. It's not even a flattering picture looking at each other. And it's called The Everly Brothers in Germany and Italy.
Oh yeah, I do my crying in the rain. I remember that song.
Yep.
Okay. Well, anyway.
I mean, the marketing people back then really sucked. Hold on.
They didn't need marketing. They had talent.
Who needs marketing when you got talent?
Talent.
I mean, look at this picture. I mean, it's not even a good picture. He looks. It's like, did you just fart? I mean, was that
It
you?
looks like two brothers, though. I gotta admit, it looks like two brothers looking at each other, like, ugh.
That's because they all come together
ugh.
like that back then. It's a DA.
I'm gonna
What does
kick your
DA
ass.
stand for? You don't know what that stands for?
District Attorney.
No, a DA. That was a haircut. It was called a DA. You don't know what that's called? You know
Oh,
what
Duck's ass.
duck's ass. Where they comb it in the back and the way it curled in, it looks like a duck's ass. Oh.
Or ducktail. Yeah.
Yes, district attorney,
Oh.
duck's ass, same thing.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's a bit totally true.
Tails. Ooh.
Oh, you remember? You know the song "Love Hurts"? Love hurts.
Yes.
Nazareth?
Everly Brothers did the first version of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
Hurts. Love hurts. I'm sure it sounded way different.
Yeah, I'm sure. Bling, 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 bling. Love hurts. Bling, 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 bling. It kills. Bling, bling, bling.
Love hurts. Especially when you forget to remove the gerbil first.
Bling, bling, bling.
Hey guys, let Mike Wright talk for a few minutes. He looks like a statue. Hi, Mike.
Mike.
Hey, Alexis, how you doing?
Good.
What's up?
Well, other than my eye, but
He's got a little tear in his
Nothing wrong
eye.
with your eye.
He's just remembering Everly Brothers when he was a kid. You know, that's nice. You know.
I remember them days.
Yeah. But again,
Never before my time, but you know, good music.
we could do stuff on our second stream, stuff like this. Favorite pop hits from the previous
50s,
decade,
60s, 70s,
50s,
80s,
60s,
90s.
70s, whatever.
Didn't mention that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
with
we
did.
Susie.
And
Wait,
Barry
wait,
County.
We mentioned that.
Susie, good one. That's
Yeah, we
right.
mentioned it.
Hey, they must have. They have a bunch of songs apparently.
Did somebody mention it, Don?
Yep.
Seriously,
They
Lon?
did.
Don, why are we looking at your logo?
Uncle Bill's doo-wop. That could be the name of your other show.
Well, no, we can't do that every week. It'd just be boring. You know, you got to.
Oh, I mean,
There he is.
No, there he is. That was Donnie.
There you go.
show.
There he is.
We could just talk about dead musicians.
Oh, we can have a whole show about Prince then.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't want to do politics. I don't want to. I mean, it could be the hobby show, and we can all talk about our hobbies, but then that would run out of steam real quick.
Like what? Drones?
Besides drones.
Besides your
No,
you
drones
have
could come up.
other hobbies?
Drones would be fine. You know, or
3D printer.
whatever. I don't care what it is. It could, if all you do is pitch tents, fine. Talk about pitching tents. I mean, I like camping.
Yeah, right now.
I like, I do.
Pitching woo.
My keyboard is vibrating. You know, whatever. We could talk about whatever. I mean, but it have to be top. Maybe we do a topical show, and we do the other show where we make fun of our topical show.
You would need to write down some topics on some.
I know we've tried that. You know, I'd have to
No.
remember to do it.
No, we've mentioned it. You've never tried it.
Oh no, we did it. I had a sheet of ideas the one day, and we actually did it.
But you never shared them with anybody until that night of the show. Let us do some research.
Yeah.
You know what?
Send it
That
out in the
makes
middle of
sense.
the week.
That makes
Either that or
good
it could be
sense.
it could be topic roulette. You could have like 10 topics on a wheel and just spin
Or
them
don't
to
make them
a
specific.
random-
Yeah.
What a great idea!
Don't make them specific topics. Make them more generic topics that would
Generic.
be something that everybody would have experienced. Like What is your earliest memories of rain, Bill?
The hell kind of question is that?
Interesting.
Wow, where did that
Actually,
even come from? What are your early?
That's
Do
what
you
his
have an
parents
early?
asked a lot of
Honestly,
times.
do you have an early memory of rain that made you think of that question just now? Shirts, sleeves or no sleeves?
My
Yeah.
earliest memory of rain would probably be
See, I knew he had. I
my
knew he. I
parents.
knew
There
he
was
had.
a tornado warning, and my parents woke us up, and you had to go outside to get to the basement. And there were puddles on the ground, but it wasn't raining at that time. But we had to go out where it had just rained. And then we sat in the basement while my dad looked out the door of the basement and was describing the trees being bent over. And we lost a tree in our backyard.
Is that the end now?
It's a-
Find it, though.
What, you can't think of like your earliest memory of a thing?
how about just your earliest memory?
Just every time you stop talking, I do that, and then you start talking again, so I'd have to do that.
I actually know what my earliest memory is. I could tell you that story.
Okay.
I was still in
Was it
diapers.
all fishy and
No,
bloody?
I was still in diapers,
Oh.
and I remember my mother, I think, wanted my father to change me. I think that's what was going on because I had trouble understanding them because I was still in diapers. And I remember looking up at these giant people, and they were in the bathroom arguing, and he got aggravated because he was a raging alcoholic. But he got aggravated, and he reached in. I know he reached into my diaper, and he held up a handful of crap. What do you want me to do with this? Throw it out the window into the alleyway? That's what I remember. That's my earliest memory. Like, isn't that loving? Isn't that
Oh.
wonderful?
I thought you were going to tell how did I get these scars story or something.
This is from the Bronx. That was the Bronx, New York, and I remember that apartment in the
Was
Bronx.
it rain? You just pissed on yourself.
But I do remember him saying that. What do you want me to do with this? And he put it up to her face and throw it out the window. You know, I do remember that. Apparently, that was traumatic enough for me to remember. I remember them having fights and us walking through the streets of New York because she stormed out the door with us. This was before Jimmy was born. She was carrying Michael and walking me, and I remember being really hungry and being upset because I didn't know what was in the packages on the tree rack because I couldn't read yet. I knew those symbols meant something. I knew it meant something. It told you what was in those bags, but I had no idea what was in there, and it made me upset. I have that memory.
I submit to you that first one was an implanted memory. You know. Well, no, I'm saying that your parents do this to you. They tell you stories about when you were a little kid, and after a while, you start thinking that it's your own memory.
Well, you think my mother told me a story about my dad reaching into my diaper?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, it doesn't have to be an implanted memory, but it could be a memory that you had, and then as you recall it, you start recalling the story of the memory and not the memory itself. Like one of my earliest memories was a girl getting hurt at a fireworks festival, and she was crying, she was screaming, holding her hand or something like that, and they were rushing her off. And I mentioned that to my mom, that it was my earliest memory, and that was when I was in grade school. And she goes, "You were too young to remember that." Well, I remembered it, but now I'm like, I don't actually remember it, but I remember telling that story.
I have the imagery of the two of them standing over me. I mean, I actually literally see it. I also remember in that apartment that my brother was fat. Michael, he ended up being really big. This is the power lifter guy, but he was a very large child. He was almost 11 pounds when he was born. Of course, my mom was a fucking load. But anyway, I remember him in the high chair at the breakfast table, and they were joking, and they said they got to make sure he doesn't roll over into his Cheerios and drown. It was a
You know what? You know what, Bill? I'm wrong. I forgot you were wearing diapers until you were like 11. So I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass. I was thinking 6 months. I got out of diapers by the time I was 6 months old.
I was gonna say,
so
let's
there's
ask
no damn
Lloyd.
way I'm going to remember anything.
Let's ask Lloyd what his earliest memory was, because Lloyd's memories will be silent and in black and white. It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. Lloyd's is probably the British is coming. The British are coming.
I remember earlier than that. Okay, I was.
I heard my mom's heart beating while I was floating around.
Yeah, no, it's not that far back. But I was 3 years old, and I grew up in Colorado, in Denver, and we went up into the mountains for, it was summertime, so you go up there for a picnic. My aunt and uncle were supposed to meet us up there. My dad is down on the riverbank, and it's got real grass. He's down there on the riverbank, and I decided to scare him, sneak up on him. Now, this was the Big Thompson River, which is really a rapid river. We were right at the right at the head of it where it starts, and it's rushing cold water. And was sneaking up on him. There was a grassy bank, and I remember going down to sneak up on him, and then sliding. And I remember seeing, looking under the water, trying to figure out what was going on. And I was on this side of my dad, and the river was flowing in this direction. And so he heard a splash, looked down there, saw me floating by, and he picked me up. I had bib overalls on. He picked me up by that and set me, and says, "Get out of the water." That was my mother's freaking out because she saw me go into the water. She was busy sewing a new pair of overalls for me.
God, you could have
And
died.
Now, was
3 years
that
old.
before or after you seen Bigfoot?
Oh, see, I was going down there to tell my dad about Bigfoot. That was a
okay.
whole, yeah. But no, I remember that specifically because
God, Lloyd, you could have drowned.
well, that was it. I came closer. Dad hadn't seen me floating in front of him. I come rushing by. He just reached out and grabbed me. "Get up there!" And my mom comes down there. She wrapped me up in a towel and got me dried off. The pair of bib overalls that she was working on, she finished up real quick, put those on me, so I had dry clothes. So
Weren't they called knickers back in those days?
yeah, no, well, I wasn't out of knickers yet, so yeah, no,
Okay.
knickers are underwear. Knickers are underwear.
I remember almost drowning when I was a kid
Yeah.
in a lake, and
Yep.
we were only allowed to go out so far because we couldn't swim yet. And I remember daring my brother to follow me out, and I was a little further out than he was. And he goes, "You gotta stop! You gotta stop!" He was getting really upset because he actually liked me. And stop! I said, "Can't go out. How about this far? How about this far?" And I kept stepping backwards into the lake, and the water came up to about here. How about this far? And then, you know how sometimes there's like a sandy beach, and then there's a drop off.
Drop off.
I found the drop off, and went under, and splashing around. I remember that. And I remember the lifeguard actually getting to me and pulling me up and pulling me out of the lake. And then my mom's typical response, which was to smack the living shit out of me in front of everybody. "Thank God you're okay." Smack! Because that's what she did. But I do remember that. Yeah. But I nearly drowned.
Yeah, you don't forget something like that.
Obviously.
Yeah.
See, now
Bob Casey. How you
you
doing,
mocked me
buddy?
for my topic
Bob.
of earliest memories of rain, but look at what that sparked.
See what that started?
Yeah,
Yeah.
traumatic memories of everybody when they were younger.
It
Yeah.
just filled up 10 minutes of interesting stories.
She didn't want to be embarrassed. My stupid kid drowned. She didn't want to be embarrassed. Yeah, don't embarrass me. That's what we usually got beat for, embarrassing her.
Yeah, if you're gonna die quietly.
Mm.
Oh, my dad was just pissed off because I was scaring the fish away.
Makes sense.
Yeah, he had priorities,
Yeah,
They used you as bait.
Yeah, well, yeah. Full house.
Full house.
Oh, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
What?
Hi, Tom.
Tom who? Oh, hi, Tom.
Tom. When's kept you online, Tom?
It's not full. There's only 9 of us in here. You can come in and tell us some stories. You got an hour to kill.
You got to use all your
When I
all
was
your
a
R's.
teenager,
Mark,
Right.
I don't think we have those in the U.S., the Topic chocolate bars.
Oh, no, I haven't seen them, so they must be just any twins between.
when I was a teenager, my mother told me that I couldn't possibly remember the home that I was born into because we moved when I was like 2.5, 3 years old. And I said, yes, I do. I told her, I said, it was on a street called Wentworth. And I took a piece of paper and I drew a schematic of the house. And she says, that's impossible. You were so little, you couldn't even talk. I said, yeah, but I crawled all over the house, you know. So I drew a schematic of the house, showed her where the potbelly stove was and everything, where the furniture was.
Potbelly stove.
The pot-bellied stove.
Remember
Oh my
those?
God!
No, stop it.
My
The outhouse.
goodness.
Do you know? Remember where the outhouse was?
Oh, yeah, my aunt.
I remember where my grandmother's outhouse was.
An outhouse, yeah.
My grandmother had a wood stove that she cooked on in the living room. It was a living room area with her stove that she would cook on. She had an outhouse.
Well,
I
you
remember
live
when they
in
actually.
Missouri, so they probably still have, you know.
I remember when they got the well hooked up to the house.
Well, the potbelly stove we had was just used for heat in winter time.
Speaking of pot-bellied, hi Tom, welcome in. Hooray!
Tom?
Well, shit. I hope everybody had fun talking.
Thank you, Tom.
Hey, we had an outhouse and we had a pump in the kitchen. We had a well water with a pump in the kitchen.
Yeah, my great aunt had that.
When I was little.
Yeah, they built the house around the well.
Yeah. I remember getting circumcised. So.
God.
Tell us about it.
You should be. You were 14.
It sucked. It sucked. It sucked.
Remember, you used to have to prime the well, put a little water in it while you pumped it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they kept like a jug by the with water in it, and if you ran all that water out, you got your ass kicked.
Yeah.
You always had to make sure you put water in it. After you got water.
You get water, you fill up the.
Kids nowadays, you know, they look at us like we're dinosaurs. You know.
We are.
Well. Well.
Yeah.
Well. Well.
I
A little bit.
think we're on the endangered species list now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We're actually males and female. That's pretty endangered species right there.
Yeah.
You know?
We
Ooh,
also
you had a
learned
rotary
about
phone.
with
Ooh.
a manual transmission.
Yeah.
I have a car with a manual transmission right now.
I do too. My son does too.
3-speed on the column.
That's a damn anti-theft device anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
3-speed
drive
on the column with an
Yep.
overdrive you'd pull out from the dash.
Mm-hmm.
3 on a tree.
3 on
They're on
3.
the tree.
We
We had a Ford
Three
with
on the
three on the
tree.
tree.
Yep.
It was a 53 Ford my dad had that had.
Yep.
I think we
Well,
all.
my father had a Ford Falcon station wagon, and us 3 boys would be in the back of that station wagon. And he used to like taking long drives because us boys would be passed out in the back from carbon monoxide poisoning. Okay.
Yeah.
I learned to drive on 3 on the tree, 68 Chevy short box pickup truck.
Mm.
Yep.
58 Chevy. 3 on the
almost
tree.
Like butt.
Yep. When we went to Chicago, I considered getting a bumper sticker or a sign to put in my car that said, "My car is an manual, so don't carjack
Don't
me."
steal it.
Yeah, don't carjack me. My car's a manual.
Yep.
You
There
know?
you go.
That would
Car's
slow
a
down
manual.
that police chase real quick, huh?
Yeah. They wouldn't know
Well,
how to.
nowadays, even tractor trailers have automatic transmissions in them.
Well, they've had them for
Turnpikes have
they've
automatic
had them for a while.
Well, I know. I mean, working for the post office, I had an automatic transmission in that truck. But before that, I drove over the road, and basically all I had was 13 speeds at that point.
13 was pretty good. I drove 10.
Oh, I loved my 13 speeds.
Yeah.
Tom, I got
Yeah.
a question. I got a question for you.
Sure, Jim.
Do you know that guy?
Your friend of
Give him
yours?
the other view. Give him the other view. Maybe he'll recognize.
Yeah, not from that angle. You got another angle.
Yeah, another angle. Another angle. He's
Comment,
probably
Tom?
better known from the other angle. He's probably better known from the other angle. I thought if I was doing a Google search of that angle, his name would have popped right up, probably.
Probably, yeah.
So Tom, I heard you was talking about the 3-speed on the column. I mean,
Yeah, 3 on the tree. Yeah.
3 on the tree.
We had a
I drove that. Who
We-
here has driven
We had
300?
a 57 Chevy that three of us owned. We were in the Navy, and we used to go to the Navy hobby shop, the auto hobby shop, and for a couple of bucks, they would give you a ring of dog tags, all stamped with a number, so you could check out tools from the tool crib and stuff like that. But for that Chevy Impala, we kept a case of oil in the trunk because we used to get about 500 miles to the court in that thing. No matter what we did to it, it always leaked oil someplace.
Having an actual stick in a vehicle is an anti-theft device.
Yeah. Lon was saying that.
Yeah,
Lon
because
was saying that.
most of the. Why did you guys already say this while I was gone?
Yeah, we already said that.
No, it's true. I mean, I was told because I had
prevents carjackings
because you can't get them It's very difficult to get them anymore. I had a Chevy, a 17 Chevy Colorado, and it had a stick, and that was the only model you could get was the 4-cylinder Colorado base model with the stick, and I really wanted that, and I really liked it, and I shouldn't have gotten rid of it, but I don't trust that motor. But
What year?
17.
Oh, I had a Colorado, but I had the inline 5. The first year, 2004.
Well, this was the first year of the new model. First year was 16, I think, or maybe it was 17. I don't know. It's the latest model, and it's still but the only way to get the stick was to get the base, and it was great on gas, and it was actually pretty cool. But I should have kept that car. But the trade-in was shit because nobody wants to buy a stick. People don't want to drive them anymore.
I had a 70 Duster, and I broke the torsion bar on it, and I brought it to a welding shop, and the guy said to me, "You can't weld that." I said, "But I got to use this car to get back and forth to work."
You should have said, "No shit, that's why I brought it here."
and he said, "I got a solution for that." And he put 4 cinder blocks in the trunk on the opposite side. And I drove it that way for like 3 months. Then I picked up the Ford Duster, and I was able to cannibalize a lot of parts off the 70 Duster. They really didn't change much back in those days. And then I called up the junkyard to see what they would give me for it, and they said, "Does it have rubber?" And I was like, "Yeah," because it was a slant 6 225.
Great
and that's
motor.
what they really wanted was that engine, right?
Yeah.
So they said they'd give me $200 for it. So I called up my buddy and I said, "Hey," and he had a 72 Duster. I said, "Hey, the junkyard's going to pick it up. Do you need anything?" He goes, "Yeah, I need a headlight switch." So he came over. The next thing I knew, he had 4 bad tires on the car. He had the entire dashboard taken out of it. And when the guy with the tow truck showed up, he goes, "I thought you said this thing rolled." I said, "Yeah, it rolls. It'll get out of here." And I remember him taking it out of. They still paid me for it, and they took it out of there. And I remember seeing it spark down the block as they towed it away. Okay, that's a great car though. Slant 6 225. You could run those without oil, and they'd still keep going.
Oh yeah,
It's like a Ford 300 straight 6. Those 300 straight 6s with a 300 tree. They could bury you in that thing because it'll outlive you. They would just change the fluids. I mean, you don't even have to necessarily do that. I remember I put a new radiator in one. Don't ask me why I needed one, but I had to put a new radiator in one, and I forgot to tighten the lower hose, the whole radiator hose before I left because I was in a hurry to get back to my house. My friend had an actual garage, not a garage, but a garage. He worked on vehicles, and on the way home, it popped off and blew all the coolant out. All of it came out, and I didn't. And I was like, "What am I smelling? What the hell's going on?" And I drove like a quarter of a mile, and pulled the car over. That 300 straight 6. I mean, I put the hose back on as tight as I could. There's a farmer over here, and I grabbed a whole bunch of water, put it on. Nothing wrong with it. Any modern vehicle, you get it, you run it out of floor, it's immediately fried, done.
It's aluminum block is why.
Immediately fried, immediately done. But that thing
Aluminum.
was all cast iron, and it
Or
just
the
was
aluminum heads,
rock
depending
solid.
on
Yeah, aluminum heads and warping like right now.
warp. Yep.
And it wasn't bad on gas. I used to. I mean, it was about 50-50, maybe a little more highway than local. I got 20 miles a gallon out of that thing.
I'm getting like 8 or 9 right now.
4-wheel drive.
I'm getting 8 or 9 right now.
Which V8 was the biggest gas guzzler? Do you think?
What V8's the biggest
V8?
gas guzzler?
Yeah, yeah.
It depends who's driving it, I guess.
501. The 501. I'm gonna go with the biggest one I can think of. The 501.
I don't know. The 440 used a lot of gas.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know necessarily the biggest one because the newer, bigger ones are better than the older, bigger ones were.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, like that 390 and that Galaxy at my dad's house. That thing just.
Yeah. I was thinking of the 390. My dad had a pickup that I always.
Yeah, they didn't give you. They don't give you a lot of power for all that fuel that they were sucking up
Yeah,
either.
yeah. He had the camper
I
special.
think that's a bygone era. You know, kids nowadays, I don't think they have anything to do with their cars.
No.
You know, back then we customized them every direction you wanted to.
Yeah, they're lucky if they know how.
We got them nowadays. You know,
gas
they
in
don't.
it anymore.
You know what? But even with a 390, the cars were big enough that you could climb inside that bay with that engine.
Yeah, there's nothing but room to work on it. Yeah, I remember my Duster weighed almost 4,000 pounds. I mean, that was ridiculous. They were tanks.
Yeah.
I disagree. The kids aren't modifying their cars. Have you not seen all these Fast and Furious kids going up and down the road all the time?
Yeah, but are they doing it?
I think they're an exception, though, Lon. I don't think that's a majority of kids.
Yeah,
Majority of teenagers.
Well, I don't think it was a majority of kids back in the day either, necessarily.
You don't think so? I thought it was
Not
like
every
a lot more back
kid,
when I was a kid.
I think it was a lot easier back in the day because it was less complicated to deal with.
Well, in a way, it's easier now because you can look it up on YouTube and find out how to do it. You know, I mean, back then you had to actually figure shit out for yourself. You know, I had a 200 straight six in my first Mustang, and
I can remember
kept going
when
through
I
donut gaskets. I'm like,
driving, it was nothing to find a car for $200 that run and drove.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I bought my second Duster for $750.
Yeah.
You know, the first Duster I got for $300.
I don't remember what I paid for my 74 Duster, but it had the 318 in it.
Hey, Bill, tell us about your donut gasket.
that's okay. No, you guys just keep interrupting me. It's all right.
Is your donut gasket another euphemism for that picture?
You know, I was 18 years old and I was able to figure out what the problem was, but that's okay. You know, you guys just tell your problems and stuff.
We have Rusty Sheriff's badge. We have the balloon knot.
Donut
we have the
gasket.
donut gasket.
Is the O-ring? The O-ring?
It was an exhaust manifold gasket. And I kept going through them, and I didn't know why. I could clamp it, put it on, clamp it on tight, until I figured out that there was an actual bracket that was mounted to the side of the block that came up to the exhaust, and it had rusted away. It was gone. And the car wasn't even that old at the time. This was 79. It was a 68. But I was able to figure it out, not with any help. I just looked. What is that piece? That little flange of metal sticking out there? I bet you I know what that is. And I figured it out. And that's exactly what the problem was. And that's why. And the weight of the exhaust was destroying the gasket. I mean, I know. I mean, but see, you had to be able to figure shit out on your own back then, and it made it interesting. It made you want to learn. You know, you had to time your own car. You had to mess with your own with the cap and with the timing light and get everything right. It just
Distributor cap, the cracked distributor cap to figure out. You know, that's what's causing me problems. Yeah.
You know, cleaning your points. You know, I mean, it's just stuff that the kids.
The gap.
About. Yeah. Just put a new
They
module.
have other things. They have other things. They hook up a laptop to it, and
well, now we have spark plugs that last 120,000 miles now, right?
oil changes are 10,000 miles.
I still wouldn't trust them.
I still do. I do an oil change every 5, regardless. I don't care.
Yeah, but it used to be 3.
I don't even wait.
The first two on the truck. The first 2 on the truck.
Where is that rogue audio female voice coming from?
Yeah, there's a rogue audio.
Somebody's watching TV.
Alexis.
Nope,
Alexis.
Michelle Reyes joins me now.
Alexis.
Must be Alexis.
It's
it
Alexis.
Oh, she's muted.
Well,
She
just
can't hear us.
randomly mute people.
No, I
Mute
did.
Alexis.
Having me answer.
I did.
I reached out to them.
It's getting louder.
Yeah, it's Alexis.
Yeah, it's Alexis. It usually is.
My labs and
Stop unmuting her, Jim.
What is she watching?
Oh, Jim.
as I understand your dad.
I don't know.
Jim, stop unmuting her. It's Alexis. There you go. Unless you really want to listen to that conversation.
No.
Oh, I can't believe
No.
she
He
can't
wanted
hear
to
it.
know what it was about.
No, that's okay.
Wake up.
Little Susie.
She may have fallen asleep. Yeah.
She does look like.
Hey, did the Really Brothers do that song too? Oh yeah, you guys already mentioned that one. Never mind.
Yeah.
But anyway, you learned. Oh, look
They're
at that.
learning too. They're just learning
Still?
other stuff.
Oh, she's moving.
No, she's watching
No,
something.
she's breathing.
Yeah.
She's watching something.
No,
on the
she's
screen.
out. She's out. Look, wait, put her back up.
Yes.
Put her back up.
No,
She
she's
should
moving
be.
around.
No, she's watching
She's
something
holding
on
a phone.
tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
holding a tablet.
Tablet or a phone. Yeah, that's see?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's,
Yeah,
she's
she's,
a phone.
she's awake.
Yeah.
Alexis. Hello.
Let's stare at a
Hello.
rat. Let's stare at a rat for the rest of the show.
Alexis, there's a giant spider on your shoulder.
There she is. Ah!
Huge
That
bone
was
in that.
fun.
Yeah.
You heard that.
Hey.
That was hilarious. No, they're learning stuff. They're just learning other stuff. You know what I mean? That's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
I just sent
Do you
Bill
want
and Jim a link. Check it out.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, we heard half of it because your audio
We
was.
already heard it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, do you guys know how to shoe a horse? 200 years ago, all the kids knew how to do that. Jesus,
Yeah.
that sounded like a bunch of fuddy-duddies. Jesus Christ.
I know that. I know the process because
Yeah, I know what that is. That's the Tic Tac.
I've never shoot a horse.
I know what that UFO is called, the Tic Tac, and that's
Yeah.
been seen.
Oh, yeah.
That's been seen many times. And the theory is that it's actually made by us for the aliens.
Yeah.
So, Lon, there is some channels on YouTube, and there's one that I got sucked into, and it was all about the guy shooting different horses, and I would watch every single. It was the same process every single time, but
Right.
there's something very mesmerizing about watching the entire process of pulling the shoe off and trimming up the hoof, cleaning it up,
Yeah.
getting it ready, and
Mm-hmm. That was just an example. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
there was another one
I mean-
about wagon wheels where the guy was building wagon wheels. And that was kind
We,
of
Yeah.
You'd be a Cartwright.
we already had TV and motor vehicles and shit like that when I was born. So
Did you have
every
TV and
generation-
motor vehicles when you were born? Did you? Like,
Well, they called
Did you,
motor
though?
like
vehicles.
you're like 50
Yeah.
years old. Okay? It wasn't that long ago.
Lloyd's like, I thought
They
that
were
was
called
called
horseless
horseless carriages.
when you were born.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Say, all your kids are gonna sit around going, I remember when I had to program
Rotary
my
phone.
own computer. I had to program my own computer, and I remember when I had to put.
You guys remember? You guys remember
This
the cars
my-
that had the little
my
tiller to
PlayStation.
steer with? You had a little tiller
Yeah.
that you had to
Yeah.
steer with.
Yeah, but the crank on the front to get the motor running.
Yeah.
Well, my God, there, guys.
You
God.
remember cars you had to drive yourself?
Yeah, it's gonna be like. Remember when there were cars?
That's funny.
They're gonna
Yeah,
be like,
right,
remember when there were cars? They're not even.
Yeah.
They won't even
I
have
mean-
cars in a couple hundred years. They're
Yeah, but
all-
we were, no, look. Honestly, we were totally different than the kids are now today. Today, if a kid has a problem with his bicycle, you know what they do? They buy him a fucking another one.
Yeah.
You know, when we were kids, you know, we would.
Every kid knew how to fix his thing.
Every kid knew how to
fix
tighten your
tires.
spokes, and so that they were
Change
all
your tire
even,
on your
so
bike.
that your wheel was straight. Knew that you had to put that rubber band on the inside of it to protect the tops of the spokes from the tube, and how to change your tube, and you could do it on the fly. You had that. I had a little kit thing on my bike, and if I blew a tube out, I could fix it and still get home. You know,
I have one on my bike right now.
And 20-year-olds don't have to change back bike tire nowadays. You know.
Now, you
the
don't
chain
put
would come
cars-
off, no big deal. Put it back on.
but
How
they
many
had
people
cars,
today
they
can
had headlights,
actually-
you know that?
How many people today can actually fix a flat themselves? I'm talking about
What? Change a tire?
a car flat. No, actually fix it. Leave it on the rim and fix it.
What?
And
Plug it and fill it up?
The
plug it. Yep.
Lots
Yep.
of
I got a couple of plug kits in the garage. You know, and like, seriously, how hard is that? No, seriously, how
It
hard
really,
is it? I
it's
think
so
people are
damn
in-
easy.
No, I think people are intentionally stupid
Yeah, but fellas,
because they are intentionally lazy.
your
You know,
grandparents.
that's why I have AA for. Well, okay, you want to pay for that service, or you want to take your $2 tool, rough the hole up,
Well, you know, I look
your
at
plug in, and
right
fill your
here.
tire with air. I mean, how
Well,
hard is that?
I mean, if you own an RV, the last thing you want to do is sit on the side of the road for 2-3 hours waiting for somebody to come to fix your tire.
Yeah.
Okay, when you
Why
can
not?
do
You
it
got a
yourself.
toilet and everything. No, no, man.
Yeah.
Your grandparents bought a car and they drove it into the ground.
Mhm.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
you guys buy a car and
No,
rotate
we
it every
change
3 or
it out
4
every
years.
3
You
years.
guys, what are
Yeah.
you like outside?
Well, a lot of you
or
guys,
something?
a lot of people. Well, I do too. But I'm not the one being all. Yeah, the kids today, those young
I'm-
whippersnappers.
I'm driving my
They don't know how
2009
good they are.
Silverado.
I don't know. How many teenagers have you hired to work for
I've
you?
got a 2008 Chevy Avalanche.
I've hired quite a few teenagers to work for me,
Yeah, I used
and
to
I've
work
had quite a
in
few of them
Best Buy, buddy.
amaze me at what they don't know. They amaze me at what they don't know.
No,
Seriously.
I agree. I agree.
Including the dune buggy out here. I've owned 5 cars. No, I take
Yeah, you're
that
weird
back.
though.
6 cars in my life.
That's because you don't like to work.
Oh, I owned way more than that.
What do you mean I don't like to work?
People with regular jobs buy new cars every few years, man.
No.
I grew up poor and I bought a new car every few years. You know,
I just like having a vehicle where I don't have any payments on the damn thing.
Yeah. There's something to be said for that. I don't disagree, but you do have payments.
You
They're
do
called
have
maintenance payments.
If you annualize all the money you put into it, and when you're fixing it, it's a payment. But
Yeah.
granted, it's still way less than a new car payment.
It's way less.
So here's a sad one. I just traded in my wife's car. She only
And your
had
insurance.
5,700 miles on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but it was 4 years old. She only had 5,700 miles on it. Why? Because
4
my
years old.
Yeah.
Now,
Wait, bring that back up. $25 they're charging a plug-in tire. Do you remember you used to be able to drive? If you didn't have a plug kit, for $5 they would plug your tire. Seriously, for $5 they would plug your tire.
Yeah.
Well, in Brooklyn, it only costs $5 to get your tire fixed.
The
I
cost
mean, there's
is
a tire repair place every other block in Brooklyn.
Now it's still $5.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, that's all.
Discount tire does them for free.
You
Where I
guys talk
live.
about things like, ooh,
Yeah, I was gonna
things
say
are different now
discount
than they were
tires.
back then. But if you think about it, back the first car didn't have headlights, but before the cars even came out that had headlights, they had they used to have these little lanterns. I don't know if you guys know this, but they have little lanterns. So on horseback for riding your horse at night, they would hang off either side. They were padded and hang off either side of the horse to light up the trail as you're riding along. And that was the first case of satellite navigation.
You have to take the tire off
Anyway.
and put it on the inside. When you say off, you don't have to take it off. You don't have to take it
No,
off.
you don't have to take it off.
No,
You don't have to take it off the rim.
as long as you can find the
I
ball.
think you have to take it off
As
the
long
car.
as as
It's
long as you can
illegal.
find the hole and that it's not on the sidewall.
Sidewalk.
Of course, you
Yeah,
can't fix the sidewalk.
Okay?
And when you jack it up and you're spinning that tire around, you're hoping that you're hoping to see a nail. I hope I see
Yep.
a nail.
Well, what
Yep.
he's saying is,
Yeah,
you put
I
a-
know exactly where- I know exactly where it's at.
legally, you can't have. I guess you can't have a plug in the UK. Is what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to say. When I lived in Germany, it's the same way.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that's
can't do
and
that.
actually they always told you also, right? When radial tires came out that you couldn't plug them. You have to patch them. And honestly,
It's not
a
true.
couple of times I've had to plug my tires. When I got around to it, I did have them patched.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess, but I've plugged tires. They lasted the life of the tire. And,
Yeah, but I'm talking, Bill, I'm talking like a travel trailer. So, you don't want to take a chance with that.
Yeah,
I
but-
plugged it.
yes, I'd much rather
got us
take a
out of the
chance with the car
situation
that your
and-
family's riding in.
You know,
Yeah,
even if I was in Europe, even if I was where they said you can't plug, I would have a plug kit with me.
Where are you going to get it?
If
They
it
don't
was me.
sell them in Europe.
Or you can order them. Rubber's rubber, man.
You can get them off of Amazon.
And
Amazon.
that way you're not paying for a tool.
Temu.
You're fixing the tire and getting it wherever you need to get it actually patched if that's
Right.
what they prefer to do. But
Right.
that gets you down the road. You don't have to pay for a tow.
Yeah, exactly.
Flat. You get fix a flat then.
Yeah,
Or you
but
or you
it
can
depends
put
on
your hair on.
that. It depends on the diameter of the hole. I mean,
Mhm.
fix a flat, a
Well,
plug.
the
will
diameter of the
definitely-
hole does affect this hole.
Hey,
You know,
the diameter of the hole.
with this-
Not
hey,
the
we're
diameter
getting
of the hole.
deep into this. Are we that poor that we don't have a spare?
Yeah.
I would rather, honestly, Bill,
I don't
I'd
have a
rather
spare on
plug
that dune buggy.
a travel trailer
I have
tire
nowhere to put it.
You
and
keep talking
change
travel
the tire
trailer.
on the
None of us
side
have
of the road.
travel trailer.
He's the only one with a
Lloyd,
travel
Lloyd
trailer.
knows what I'm talking about. I
My-
know you don't want to.
Yeah.
My dune buggy doesn't have a
Tire's a
spare. I have
tire.
no place to keep it. So my dune buggy,
You can put it
can't
in the
believe
hood, couldn't you?
we're talking
Isn't there a
about holes, and we didn't mention him.
I already mentioned that. I tried to be
I missed all of this. I'm going to have to
be
catch
subtle.
up on this one.
Oh, some guy showed his butthole on Johnny's
brown-eyed
live
Susie.
stream this morning.
Johnny got helicoptered with a
Oh,
brown.
did he?
Yeah, with a brown eye.
guy showed off his brown eye.
The brown-eyed Susie.
Legs up in the air, spread the cheeks. Yeah.
He flaunted his
Yeah.
bird cutter.
Yeah.
What? Turd cutter. And yet another one.
Jeez. Are you writing these down, Don, so we can use them in other shows?
No, they're all up there, unfortunately.
Butthole euphemism. He's got it up on his
Yeah.
screen.
What? You guys don't have other words for a poop shoot?
No.
All right.
Yeah. Gerbil cage.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anniversary night.
Don't ever put fix a flat in your tire unless you're planning on throwing the tire away.
Yeah, fix a flat is horrible.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can clean it out, I guess, if you want to.
Yeah, the tire place is hated. I can tell you that.
Oh,
God.
You clog up your stem. I mean, the whole thing. They got to get that shit out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do not like changing tires when you've done that either.
No, keeping a plug kit in your car is probably a great idea.
Yeah.
And a cheap little electric inflator, not one that you expect to work more than 5 or 6 times. That's not what they're for. They're not for inflating your tires.
My car, by the way, my car came with fix a flat and an inflator. Just for the record, it didn't come
Without
with
a spare. There's a lot of cars. No,
fix a flat on one. Listen to me. Let me tell you what came in my car. It's got fix a flat on one side, and it's a kit. It's like this big. I could go get it. It's like this big, and it has first you put in the fix a flat, and then it's an inflator. You push a lever or whatever, and it it pumps fix a flat in the tire, and then it inflates it.
But it came.
A can of fix a flat allegedly has enough air in it to inflate a small car tire.
Oh no, you got to go directly to an air pump when you use fix a flat.
But Lon, it still came with like a donut spare.
No spare.
Oh, came with no spare. That's what I was saying. Yeah,
it came with fix a flat and an inflator. That's it.
A lot of cars are not coming with spare tires, even the donut.
Yeah.
The emergency.
That's why I'm probably going to switch my. I'm going to switch the dune buggy over to solid.
Solid.
Oh, God, the ride is going to be so bad. I tell you, all right, here's our advice to everybody listening. When you buy a new car, tell them it comes with a full-size spare or I walk. Period.
Well, good luck buying a brand new car.
Well,
you can get them. They have them there. They can
but
certainly add it.
You don't have a place in the trunk that the actual
generally
for it. Not hold a full size anymore.
They got rims there. They got tires there. They got a shop there. A dealership has all that stuff there.
But the actual
they don't want to do it, but they can do it.
But the actual space where the tire sits usually is not.
Yeah, but that's right.
And so you get full size.
Ron's right.
On top
a lot of these new cars, they won't fit a full size spare in them.
Yep.
You lose some trunk space. You're still better off having a spare.
A donut's not bad, but just make sure that if it's one of your drive tires, you go ahead and pull that, you swap it out and put that donut.
Well, you're talking about using a donut? I've used donuts. What makes me laugh is when people clearly have had donuts on their car for a week and a half or 2
For a week. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think cars with 2 or 3 donuts on them.
Cheers.
Yeah, a truck will come, usually it's full size spare, especially they set up underneath the.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got room in a truck for a full size.
My
You see what tires
2019
being
do it?
This is Michelin's releasing this tire at the end of the year.
Yep.
What the hell is it?
It's fearless.
Looks like it's 3D printed.
Yeah, right.
They're like a grand a pop or something like that.
The problem is the ride's going to suck.
The ride's going to suck, and I would think over time when the rubber starts to dry out, I think they would
All
get
those baffles are going to.
Yeah, they're going to get sloppy. The baffles are going to collect dirt.
Oh, the crap the crap they'll collect. Yeah.
I just, no thank you.
How heavy does that tire get when it fills up with snow?
Yeah.
Or mud.
I
Mud.
think I'd rather run a retread than that.
Oh wow, retreads.
Do
Do
they
they even
even
sell
make
retreads
retreads
anymore
anymore?
for passenger cars? Oh, you took the
They're
words
not
out of my mouth,
supposed
buddy.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Lon.
I know
no,
they
sorry.
sell these for tractor trailers, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
different. They have a better process for that. You know,
Right.
as a matter of fact, every truck you see probably has some retreads on them, but they have a much better. They have a much better process for that. Unfortunately, you used to be able to buy retreads for like $25 when I was a kid, and you would do it because it was cheap.
Yeah.
And those things, it's 50-50 shot that treads.
As a kid, you thought you lived forever anyway, right?
Huh?
As a kid, you were invincible. So you know what
Well,
happens.
a retread for a spare is one thing, but as your primary tires,
Bill, can I remind you that it's tomorrow already?
yeah. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
I got to open tomorrow morning, so I was saying I wasn't going to be on late.
Jim.
I was kind of enjoying the conversation, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we had some good
Continue it at
topics
another
tonight.
time.
Just
That's
doing
why
my
you need
job
another show.
as a producer.
Yeah.
Doing my job.
But
We
I
need
heard
another
you
show.
say next week on Friday night, Uncle Bill's channel talks about retreaded tires. Yay or
Yeah,
nay?
Bill, I heard you say that you were going to come up with topics, and then the suggestion was to release those topics to individuals so they could do their research. But if that's the case, then what do we need Don for?
Yeah.
That's true.
There you go.
No, Don is our
Fact checking.
He's our.
Okay.
God, you beat me to it again. He's our official fact checker. What was coming out of my mouth just now?
That wouldn't be the first thing coming out of your mouth.
Don Encyclopedia Britannica Mudball. Hey, remember when you used to get a volume of the encyclopedia at the grocery store?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Americana. You used to be able to buy Encyclopedia Americana at the grocery store. Yeah, you bought enough groceries, you got one for free.
I needed for the report. I was always missing that one I needed for the report, though.
Yep.
We had Britannica and Americana.
There was,
My mother was weird, but she was into books.
I sold rule book.
Wait, that's not mutually exclusive, is it?
Sold word books?
She was weird and she was into
World
books.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But we had both. And they were small. They were kind of small. And they
They
were.
Yeah.
You know, they opened up and you were able to read them, you know.
Columbia House Records.
Mm-hmm.
I bet
Come
most
on.
of these
Record
could
club.
use an
Yep.
encyclopedia.
I can still remember when they used to sell 8-tracks from Columbia House.
Yeah.
I remember buying a submarine from the back of a comic book, with all the ads, and having it delivered COD to the house. My mother accepted it and had to write a check to the delivery guy to get this big box in. And
it was a
all that
cardboard box.
submarine was cardboard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
More cardboard boxes inside the box. And then, of course, once they saw what it was, I got my ass kicked by my dad. Okay. I think it was $1.82 COD, and my father said, "You're going to work that off." I think I washed the car for 6 months for that.
Plastic
$1.
ones too, with rubber band drives in them. You know, they looked like the Nautilus, or whatever. Wait, what was the name of the one from Journey to the Bottom of the Sea?
Voyage
Nautilus.
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Yeah. Actually, the Nautilus was a famous World War II submarine. I don't know.
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea was
the sea.
You're thinking.
yeah.
You're thinking 6,000.
Yeah, you're thinking of 25 leagues under the sea.
25,000 leagues under the
sea. 25,000 leagues under the sea was the
No,
Nautilus.
there was a TV series called
Journey
Voyage
to the Bottom of the Sea. That was the oh, I used to love that show too. They had the flying sub.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that show.
It started out as
And of course, it had the glass. It was glass front, so they could see where they were going, right?
Right.
No matter what depth they were at, that glass never cracked, right? Yeah.
That was transparent aluminum. Scotty came back and gave them.
That's why all our Navy subs have glass fronts on them, right? Yeah.
Right.
Transparent aluminum. Scotty came back and gave that to us.
Yeah, that was nice of him, wasn't it?
Star Trek. Voyage was it? It was Voyage, right? Voyage
Yeah,
to the
Voyage
bottom.
to the
you're
Bottom
right.
of the Sea.
But what was the sub named? I thought it was
I'm looking it
Voyager.
up right now.
Seaview.
Oh, Seaview.
Seaview.
Yeah.
Seaview. Yep.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It was.
Yeah.
I had a sea view as a kid, actually. You know, it wasn't a lot of fun in the tub because the thing was so big. It would go about 12 inches or so and hit the other side. And you'd turn that rubber band, and it would hit the other side.
Oh, you got 12 inches, huh? I had two brothers. I had two brothers in the tub with me. So
Yeah, Richard.
You know, I lived in New
Bates-
Jersey.
we barely had
We
2
didn't have
inches
a
apart
pool.
from each other.
We had to play with this. We had to play with this with that thing in the tub. You know, but because what are you gonna do? You know, that's back when you had to use your imagination. You know.
Yep.
It was all about imagination. I had half of my backyard dug up as trenches for my GI Joes. Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
And then I remember I got Frenchie. All Frenchie was GI Joe with a turtleneck and a beret.
I still remember when they came out with lifelike hair. GI Joe with lifelike hair. They had that thing.
The Kung Fu grip.
Yeah.
And the Kung Fu
You're
grip.
younger than me then.
Yeah.
Kung Fu grip.
No. That came out later. We had the originals too. The originals came out.
Did
I
you get
think
the
in
dresses for your GI Joes? You got the dresses for
1964.
'em?
I think because
That's
when we were kids.
that's when I got mine for Christmas. It was actually 1963. I was 5 years old. Yeah.
Big
63.
Jim Sports Camp.
I was only 2, so you are older than me. But we had them. I had them when I was like 3 or 4 years old. They got us. They gave them to us early. We were very rough on those things. But yeah.
There was
Okay,
a movie.
Richard Bayside is Admiral Harrison.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
The doctor on the Seaview, he was Mr. Olson from Little House on the Prairie.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Irwin Allen was the producer.
You know what was cool?
He
They had hollow core wooden doors. You know, you were in his office, and you could. The set was not like a submarine. It was like it had carpet. You know, they had wooden. You know, they had hollow core wooden. It was like an office in a cheap office building. But still, it was a great show. Great show. You had to use your imagination when you watch the TV show, let alone play with the toys.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, guys. What do you say we hang it up?
Okay.
Yeah.
We could talk about this on Friday.
Yeah. Let's say it Friday.
All right. Maybe. Oh, you guys are already waving. I guess I should start this on.
Yeah.
Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Bill and all the tribe. Thank you all for coming, and we hope you will subscribe. You're all invited back next week to watch another show. We're all too drunk and tired, so we're gonna have to go.
Mainly Bill.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
This has been a Bill Ways presentation.